Gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the Real Killstream. I am your host, the owner and operator of the People's Populist Press, and I'm here to cover Ethan Ralph. Turn him up a little bit here. And I hope you're all comfortable for this one. I hope that all of you are feeling good, that you've had a nice sleep. I managed to finally get some rest. And now we're back. As we can see, of course, DLive is a total piece of garbage that's not cooperating. Godwinson is here. Let's refresh this page and see if it started up. Oh yeah, Godwinson's always here. Come on. It's a piece of shit. Piece of shit. Oh my god. Why is DLive this bad? Like, the platform is so garbage. The chat is just endless pictures of my face right now on DLive. Just endless. We're up to 90 viewers now. So what we're going to do, unfortunately, we have no choice. We're going to have to go to the restreaming channel because DLive is actually such a broken piece of crap. So bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. People are just trickling in anyway. You know, we only have 107 here right now. People are trickling in. It's unaffiliated. The unaffiliated mirror stream. Is Punished Ralph really here again? Doesn't he have a show to do? Oh my god, they have Laura Loomer. Holy shit. He's still playing the music? Really? Like, I figured, oh my god, I've missed, like, some amazing shit already. The guy has just been playing this fucking music for 3 straight minutes. What a loser. Loser. Like, imagine this man. He's bringing on Laura Jr. I mean, this show is going to suck. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not promising that I'm going to make it to the very end of this edition of the Killstream. You know what I mean? This guy fucking, like, it's just going to be awful. Just brutal. He's bringing on, who the fuck is Wet Bread, Jeremy? Oh, dude. Oh. Shout out to Calypso. They make the finest lemonades. Like, PP Puma, are you gonna ever settle down with that? Like, all last night you were doing that. Can you change up the gimmick just a little bit? So, before he goes live, if we have a little bit of time, I'm just going to explain some things. I'm going to lay some things out very clear. Number one, at no point has myself or Godwinson ever backed down from this fight with Ethan Ralph. Godwinson has never withdrawn the offer of £5,000. The £5,000 is conditional on the fight actually happening. So that means, number two, Ethan Ralph is not a king. He's not a god. He's a convicted felon who attempted to beat up a female cop and failed. The female cop kicked his ass and blew him the fuck out. So that's the reality of what happened. He's not a king. He's a convicted felon who can't go anywhere in the world. He's on probation. He's a redneck piece of trailer park trash. We don't have to cater and scrape and grovel to him.
Hello and welcome to the Killstream. I am your host, Ethan Ralph, the owner and the editor-in-chief of TheRalphRetort.com. Also, Killstream.live. Follow Killstream.
Has he even put anything on RalphRetort.com this year, other than crying about his divorce?
Bonus episodes up. Check that
Well, I know Dame has gotten guarding hard because Dame is a soulless Mexican. You know. He just has no personality or original thoughts of his own. All he can do is just guard and kneel before Masterson.
Tells me how to successfully use my subscription services. Let's go through these. Lord T, WT Law says.
So while he's reading these fucking garbage super chats, once again, we do not have to kneel down and scrape to his demands. This fight is not going to take place in an arena in Los Angeles. Do you want to know why? Neither myself nor this fat alcoholic are going to pass a fucking physical. We're not going to get licensed in any state. This shit is not going to happen in an arena, okay? This shit is going to have to happen somewhere in the desert, at a remote location. And it's going to have to be something that's very gray area legally. Unfortunately, that's the reality. So all this fucking talk of an LA fight in an arena and Dick Masterson and all this shit is bullshit. Next point. This fucking horse shit about how Gator is going to be the commentator on Discord at his laptop at ringside. No, once again, I've said that Gator will not be commentating unless I have a commentator to match. You know what I mean? The broadcast can't just be the Killstream panel shitting on me the entire time. I mean, it will be funny when Ralph gets blown out and they have to cope live on the air. But no, it's not going to be like that. He can pick a commentator, I'll pick a commentator, and they can have banter back and forth. I think that's the fair way to do it. Next point is that this motherfucker, honestly, this motherfucker is demanding, like, not only the $8,000 that he's already got, but he's demanding to, like, do Indiegogo campaigns and raise money. No, none of that shit. If we give you $8,000 for this fight, we're going to give you the $8,000. It will be held in trust. And once the fight is complete, you will be paid your money. That's what makes sense. It's not we're going to give you $5,000 tomorrow. You spend it all on fucking booze and pills. You overdose next week and the fight doesn't happen. So that's just the simple reality. I will fight him any place, anywhere. But we have to be realistic about shit. It's not going to be in some arena in LA. And I personally think it should be Vegas. We spend the week in Vegas. We drive out into the desert. We fucking settle it in the desert. Go back to Vegas, party for a couple days. We all fly home. And then the video of the fight gets released. I don't see what the issue with that is. If we live stream this fucking thing, it's going to cause legal problems. It needs to be recorded. You know, there has to be a camera crew to record it. We all get back to our own countries, so there's no illegality issues. And then it comes out, and people can watch it, and they shouldn't have to pay to see it. It shouldn't be behind a paywall. If you're making $8,000, that should be enough, buddy. You're making $8,000. You get to go to Vegas. You got to have fun. You get the exposure of fighting. I don't know what to tell you. That's the reality. So, again, what he's now coping for is the fact that Sargon refuses to come on with his garbage program because, you know, he treats the guests who pay him like shit. You know, the guests who save his show, he treats them like garbage. So Sargon's decided not to come on to his show. He promised Sargon's not coming. And Ralph always promises things he can't deliver. He's promising you guys right now a fight in LA at the Staples Center, a sold-out crowd, with Michael Buffer doing the ring announcing. That will never happen. What will happen, and I'll show you guys a fight between Zoom and another guy in the street, that is more likely what is going to happen.
I've laid it out there for you in public.
But I mean, this whole reality, this whole fucking delusional narrative about Sargon and Colette. Like, shut the fuck up. No one cares about Sargon and Colette. They care about you fighting me. They care about Dick being blown out, the new Project 2 Mafia being exposed. But how much of that are they going to cover tonight? They've been talking a lot of shit. They've been running their blower, and so far it's talk of Sargon and talk of fucking Laura Loomer. Bringing on Laura Loomer for 3 hours. Does anyone want to watch Laura Loomer for 3 hours? Press 1 if you want to listen to Laura Loomer's Dirty Bloomers for 3 hours. Press 2 if you think that Laura Loomer should be mopped up. That we shouldn't have to put up with Laura Loomer's shit.
Just put a chair in there if he doesn't show up.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It seems.
Look at all the deleted messages
I will say that
in his chat. Matthew asks, so okay, do you still want me to ban?
It's not him. It's kind of funny that he's not, reached out to me, even though.
What a bunch of losers. They're currently banning people in the Killstream chat there. Mopping it up.
I was going to say, certain people that train animals to do.
When are they going to stop mopping it up? Once again, we have like fake laughter. Gator just chiming in. It's the most cringe fashion.
It's like two nations that used to be at war coming together to like sign a treaty. Gonna have to have like Count Dangula in the middle.
I mean, Full Blast Forever has totally turned on Ethan Ralph. He was gonna have me on the program tonight, but we couldn't do it because I have the reveal of the fourth man. The fourth man is going to be revealed on Full Blast Forever's channel tomorrow in this time slot. So, we'll be on Full Blast Forever. That's right, Full Blast is the 9th man. The 9th man.
That was another thing. I think they probably would have dumped them themselves.
But the fourth man had a scheduling issue.
Like, I don't know, 10 messages, something like that. Maybe 15. And there's nothing in there. I just said, hey, Sargon, let's put on a show, basically. So.
Okay, so entertaining here, Ethan. This is just, it's mind-blowing entertainment. Just so good. Wouldn't you sooner press 1 if you would sooner see PPP debate Ralph on this program? Press 2 if you would sooner hear from Laura Loomer and talk of Sargon.
Alright, now Gator, you can still hear me. I can hear...
Well, yeah, Ralph did flag Phantom Organization, and it's proven now. But where's the proof? PPP, where's the proof? I don't know, Jim. Why don't you go have a look? Oh, please spoon feed me, master. Spoon feed me, PPP. And while you spoon feed me, I'm gonna fucking slap the spoon out of your hand each time and try and fucking tell you you're an idiot and gaslight you. Fuck you. Janny Jim needs the proof. It went from we gotta find to we gotta mop it up, We gotta find, we gotta mop, we gotta sweep, we gotta clean, we gotta Janny, That's what we're living in. We're living in the Janny Jim world, where he's gotta mop it up. So, when is he gonna go back to, I gotta find? Is he gonna figure it out? Oh, there's no proof. There's nothing. PPP's a schizo. He's an idiot. Okay, Janny Jim.
29th of April, the former BNP National Elections Officer Eddie Butler offered to debate Mark Collett on the correct solution to the demographic problem in Britain, but was ignored by Mark. Eddie already emailed you, can you replace Sargon on the 24th? I don't have full knowledge of that situation.
What a dipshit.
And obviously I can't answer for you.
Does anybody have any other questions regarding the fight situation?
All right, we fixed it.
Do you think I've laid out my position clear enough?
It's good.
If there is to be any money raised by a gate or a pay-per-view, if it had to happen, the money shouldn't go to Ethan Ralph or me or Masterson. It should go to a charitable cause, a good cause, like I've said. If and LA isn't happening, I will never in my life set foot in the decadent, soulless hellhole that is Los Angeles. If we're going to go for a sinful city, it may as well be Vegas. Then we drive out 6 hours into the desert and we settle it there in the desert. That's how it has to be done. And by the way, all this bullshit.
And I've received a couple emails from, I think,
Oh, it's bad.
Over the last few months, and
I'm muting that. I'm muting that. I cannot listen to that. Oh my god. So I'm going to mute that while I cut a promo. Look, this whole fucking bullshit, about how he's not going to take his shirt off. What big of a deal is it to take your fucking shirt off, son? Behold. 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 There's my gun crease. How do you feel about that? I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed to take my shirt off. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. You know what I mean? Take your shirt off. You're getting paid $8,000. He's such an idiot. He's such a fucking tard. This man genuinely believes. He genuinely believes that he shouldn't have to take his shirt off for $8,000. And he's so stupid because if he fights me and I have no shirt and he has a shirt, it's a huge disadvantage for him. You know, I can grab onto the shirt. I can pull the shirt over his head. I can control him more easily by the shirt than if he was shirtless. What a stupid fucker. What an idiot. Let's see how this Laura Loomer conversation is going.
The pamphlet for the ceremony was 2 pages long, and a page and a half was dedicated to Islam. And they opened up this 9/11 memorial service with an imam chanting Allahu Akbar, right? So it was just really
like,
a case, and I found it to be extremely insensitive and out of...
Hate the Muslims. Bah. Bah. Hate the Muslims. Bah. Like, everybody on this show already hates Muslims. Who gives a shit? Like, why do we have to listen to you cry about Muslim people? Boring. Boring. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. It's just so embarrassing. This fight is brought to you by Tim Hortons. For a limited time only, using promo code PPP at your latest Tim's. At your local Tim's, rather. Hopefully I don't lose the sponsorship agreement. At your local Tim's, you use promo code PPP, you're going to get 10% off your order on purchases above $5. You just have to let them know you're using promo code PPP. How's that for a fucking sponsorship there, Toad? You fucking idiot. Toad McJudas. I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Ethan Ralph, what he's doing is he's trying to attach so many fucking bullshit conditions. So many fucking ridiculous hoops to jump through to make this happen when we have the money already. We have the funding. What he's trying to do is he's trying to duck this fight and make it look as though, oh, because he didn't agree to every single one of my conditions, he's ducking the fight. Because he didn't treat a convicted felon and a drug addict and an alcoholic like a king and give him this money so that he can drink himself to death with it ahead of time. You know? That I'm ducking the fight. I'm not going to fight him. I'll fight him anywhere. I'm already saying I'll do it for free. I literally will do it for free. The man doesn't have to negotiate a split purse with me. The man is getting all the money. And still, that's not enough. I have to now grovel through all these hoops and let him keep his shirt on and go to LA, you know, into this degenerate pit of shit where, like, let's face it, the fight's not happening in LA. These delusional fuckers think that the people at Knoxville are going to help them set this up. They're not. They lost a ton of money off the Tonka and Andy fight. What makes you think that they're going to want to do that again? You stupid fuck. And this whole, like, he's arguing about taking his shirt off. because he's ashamed of who he is as a man. He's just a loser. He's a fucking bum and a bitch and a jabroni. Take your fucking shirt off and face me like a man in the street. This isn't gonna... What, can we do the fight in Canada? PP Poomer, think about this. The guy is a convicted felon. He can't even get into Canada. He can't even get into the UK. So I am actually traveling to his country to fight him for no money. Under whatever rule set I've said, any rule set will do. And that's still not enough concessions for this man. He has to pick the city. He had in his, like, I've let him pick the country. I've let him pick the rule set. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what more do we have to fucking give to this man? We have to give him this money ahead of time. So, and here's the thing. We give him this money. He shows up for the fight. And what is going to happen? What is going to happen is I'm going to punch him once. He's going to say, I quit. The fight will end. And then he'll laugh. He'll be like, see, I didn't take any punishment and I walked away with all the money. Like, he's going to instantaneously quit the fight. So, like, the reality is, in order for him to get paid, this fight needs to go one full round. It has to go one full round. Now, if he knocks me out, sure, he gets paid. But if it doesn't go one full round, he should get nothing. He should get nothing. If he just quits instantly, he should get nothing. Do you know what I mean? The guy is just a fucking joker. Are you hearing the bullshit from Ralph, Surfer?
No.
He's saying that he'll only fight me if he can keep his shirt on. Do you know what I mean? Like, what a fucking idiot. He's like, I gotta keep my shirt on. It's gotta be in LA. It's gotta be this venue. Like,
I moved to New York.
Now he's got Laura Loomer on.
Years or so where I worked with James.
It's just the worst.
Tell him wear your shirt into the ring. I'll rip it off, you faggot.
Well, I told him that if he wears a shirt, like, it's to my advantage if he wears a shirt. Because you can control him more easily with a shirt. You have something to grab onto. You know what I mean? You can control him more easily. Any, like, jiu-jitsu player would tell you a guy in a gi is easier to submit. Because you have something to grab onto. Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing a stream now?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so
You're having lunch?
Was after I worked for
Nice.
Veritas for about 3 years, I decided
He's
that I
on
wanted
the
to
stream.
go
You got the whole
living in New York,
fucking...
and I had
Now, the fourth man, he had a scheduling issue. So we're taking over Full Blast Forever's channel tomorrow. I apologize to Full Blast. We didn't let him know until the last minute, but it was a last minute cancellation by the fourth man.
And the same week that they had this play, which they were, making Julius Caesar an obvious Trump lookalike, and they...
It's just such basic bitch conversation from Laura Loomer. Listen to this crap.
The same week, Steve Scalise, if you recall, was shot by a radical left and a Bernie Sanders supporter.
You know.
And even after he was shot and almost died,
get it into you, brother.
Just kept on cheering on the Shakespeare in the Park play, and it was
Shakespeare in the Park.
Violence against the right. And so
Z.
I decided that I was going to storm the stage and take a stand against political violence against conservatives. And I got arrested shortly, after that for this is a disorderly conduct and trespassing. And
Like, who
overnight,
cares
I kind
about
of generated a massive...
Does anybody give a shit about Laura Loomer? Does
I
anyone?
don't know. She makes the odd fucking telegram post that, like, Faith Goldie will fucking forward, and sometimes have a hot take, sometimes Vincent James does the same thing.
It's been 4 years since 2016. It's been 4 years, Laura. Can we move on from Rebel Media? Can we move on from 2016? Like, what the fuck is this? Ethan Ralph has a golden opportunity to try and cash in on the shitstorm, the happening that's occurring right now. And instead of actually detailing the fight that's about to take place, or instead of trying to run ops for Masterson, this fucking idiot has decided to bring on Laura Loomer. He's running away. He doesn't want to fight.
I hope Ralph wears his shirt into the ring, buddy, and you just rip it off him and expose the full gun.
Well, that's what's going to happen. If he wears the shirt into the ring, I'm going to rip it off And then the whole gun will be exposed. And then it will be way worse than if he had just walked in and shown his gun.
The shock of that is what's going to put down fucking Ethan Ralph.
The shock of his shirt being ripped off and his gun exposed, at that very moment, his liver will explode from the nerves and the stress. And he'll die right then and there. Holy fuck.
Just rip off his shirt and give him just a dirty liver shot, you know?
Why do they hate you so much? Why do they hate you so much?
Why do we...
Well,
because you're boring and you suck?
The truth, and I guess it's totally taboo to talk about Islam.
So again, Full Blast has turned on Ethan Ralph. He is linking to this stream. And I give him permission as well. If he wants to restream this to his channel, go ahead, do it. Restream this to your channel. You have my full permission. You know, let the Ralph audience see.
You almost should have waited until tomorrow and say that on stream, though, you know, just for the surprise. That'll probably get to him now.
Well, now the thing, no, Ralph was told by Full Blast that it was over. You know, Full Blast said, I'm done. I'm not streaming you anymore. So Ralph now has this new, the chill stream now, does the restream now. A much, much smaller channel with a much smaller reach. So already the damage I'm doing to Ralph isn't insignificant. He's losing viewership. He's losing money. He's losing
fans. That's pretty solid. Full Blast. He's pulling through, you know.
That's right.
Lemon, Lino, it's Lemon, I think. That's what they call it now on D-Live.
They call it Lemon now because
but in the chat now,
he wants to do it in LA. Fuck it, you know, do it wherever. It'd be better in Vegas. I'd rather go to Vegas than LA.
In the chat here, they're just sweeping it up. They're just cleaning it up.
We need to have, because when you look at these companies, and
do we really need to have this conversation? I love how there's only 200 people watching the restream here, whereas I have 500 people right now live watching me dunk on this shit show. This is the Real Killstream. This is the whole fucking show. P. That's the truth.
Right? You have
the truth.
Over 3 billion people in the world right now in some form of quarantine or lockdown, and they've been ordered and mandated with threats of arrest that they cannot leave their home, and they are to only consume information online. And during this pandemic, you've seen, increasing amounts of social media censorship to the point where it's now being banned can be a digital death sentence, right? If you're in the middle of a pandemic. When you're banned from sites like Twitter and Facebook, which are now the digital public square, you're not going to get equal access to life-saving information or updates. And so these companies surely behave as if they are utilities, or they express, a desire to be a utility.
See what I've just done? I've eaten a piece of fruit, something that Ethan Ralph has never done in his life. He has never once eaten any sort of fruit or vegetable at any point in his life. He just thinks that they're disgusting. So already, it's a massive victory for me.
In their own words, by banning people, they're committing human rights violations, and they're denying people, equal access because they view themselves this way. So.
And we have Base Jarbo is in the chat.
What I'm going to pursue.
Base Jarbo is in the chat, just dunking on Ralph.
Break them up. Is it time to break them up?
They're cleaning it up, by the way, in this chat. They've been cleaning it up this whole time. The Jannies have just been banning people left, right, and center. Not just here on the chill stream, but also on fucking D-Live as well.
And I was supposed to.
I don't understand what they think they're going to accomplish by trying to clean it up. Every time they've tried to mop it up, the shit just smears all over the place more. None of them have been able to successfully mop this shit up. Well, Jihadi Jarbo, the fourth man, Jihadi Jarbo, has orchestrated it all. As you can see in the thumbnail, he is the puppet master. He pulls all the strings. He's seeing so many moves ahead.
It's one of the reasons why I was inspired to run for Congress, is because people.
Is anybody impressed by this show right now with Laura Loomer telling us about her Congress run? It's just straight background noise. This is not something that you want to pay any attention to, but like you might listen. It's not even good as that. It's not even really good as background noise.
You claim to be a free speech activist.
It's very boring. I'm trying my best, guys. But if this
Like,
keeps
I
going,
mean, how do you got fucking Laura Loomer fucking against fucking anyone, you know? There could have been some level of entertainment value, but like, no one cares about fucking Laura Loomer.
like Laura Loomer, if they did a debate with Laura Loomer and somebody else, then there might be something there. But what this is just a circle jerk where you have like 4 other people who all agree with Laura Loomer's perspective, just licking her twat. You know, just licking her twat and just agreeing with her and worshiping her. I mean, isn't this what we criticize the skeptics for? Doing these streams where they all just circle jerked with each other?
I don't think that
come on.
criticizing Israel is, you know, a hate crime.
It's a hug box.
I don't believe that there is such thing as hate speech. But when you're using the phrase or the term BDS, what you're talking about is a movement that was created out of Palestinian resistance, okay? And these Palestinian resistance groups, and there's many of them, and now they carry out their efforts in the form of various NGOs, which are sponsored by George Soros and terrorist organizations like Hamas and the PLO. You know, these are organizations that have deep-seated ties to Islamic terrorist
Like, I'm
activity.
just letting her go. Like, this is just so bad. We're hearing unironic shilling for Israel. The Killstream, where Rand says I'm the Jew. He says I'm a Jew.
You know, like...
Is giving a platform to an unironic Israel supporter.
You know, my appearance tonight was you know, widely talked about as being kind of controversial. But the thing is, you know, you can I'm not against...
Nobody's talking about Laura Loomer. Who out there was so hyped for this, talking about this instead of talking about the fight, or about the conspiracy, or about the happening? Who is talking about Laura Loomer? There's hundreds of pages right now of just people hyped for Laura Loomer. Oh my God, did you hear? Did you hear, guys? Everybody tune in. Laura Loomer is going to be on tonight on the Killstream. We have to see it. What will she say? What will the exciting take be? Will she make it in Congress, guys? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what was happening, right?
And it's acts of Islamic terrorism and
Like, it's trying to stop
by Islamic organizations just because you want to express a viewpoint critical
You know.
of Israel. I think that...
Well, it says IRL blood sports return, so he's obviously got a touch on it.
States have to sign, in order to have state employment, you have to sign a form saying you're not a part of BDS activity. Do you think that is...
Who wants to sit here and watch this shit?
Right?
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
that goes to my point again, right? If you are not tied to a...
Yeah, so anything that's been removed from the channel is currently privated to avoid it being shut down. Will be re-uploaded on BitChute, and I'll put trailers to it. I just have basically been passed out most of the day, and I just haven't had time. So,
You know, the guy goes to bed at like 1:30 in the fucking afternoon. You know.
I say that this is something I support. I mean, by the language of some of these laws, you could actually be prohibited from state employment and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just asking, you know, do you think that's...
People have their own rights in this country to, you know, do business with who they want to do business with, but what's different between the BDS movement and simply saying, oh, I may have a critical view of Israel, or I don't want to, you know, buy this product because it comes from Israel. The difference is that BDS focuses a lot of their activities and their funding around their activism and fundraising. And that's where you have the terrorist activity taking place. And so I think it's really a mistake, and I think that people would be misguided to tie themselves.
It's just
to
the
BDS
hugest
movement
Jew scam,
because,
you know. It's fucking.
There's this,
you know,
there's
like,
this really great report that just came out, and it was published by the.
Well, everyone should have freedom of association and should get to choose who they associate with. But you go, I have to associate with Israel. You know, like, fuck off.
And they mapped out how many of these NGOs are receiving funding from terrorist organizations, and they found that key members who were appointed on the board of directors for these different NGOs had direct ties to BDS. Okay, so you know, it's undeniable that BDS has deep ties to terrorist organizations.
All right, fair enough on the BDS. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and claim to be, you know, deeply versed in all the BDS organizations. I would say I'm against the, you know, the executive order and these laws on principle, though, just because they are kind of anti-speak, in my opinion. But I mean, there's some, more about Israel. They're going to annex parts of the West Bank. I think about 30% of the West Bank. Just in general, I mean, you have said some things about the Palestinians. I just want to get this issue off the table, basically. Do you think the Palestinians?
I think if all the Jews went to Israel and fucking made it strong, well, then they wouldn't have to worry about the Palestinians. They'd have enough fucking manpower that they'd be able to fucking defend their country.
You have Arab members serving in the Knesset. Okay, people who are living in Gaza, Palestinian people are treated in Israeli hospitals.
Like, if you're so concerned about Israel, Laura, why don't you just go there?
Treatment to people living in Gaza who became infected with coronavirus.
Why are you trying to change the fucking laws in our nation to protect Israel when you could just fucking go to Israel to protect fucking Israel?
This claim that, BDS is...
Explain why we're platforming an ironic
sentiment is anti-free speech, which, I don't agree with that.
So, can anybody explain this to me? Press 1, chat, if you enjoyed this stream while I was away, if it was really good, if it was amazing and entertaining. Press 2, if it sucked.
And the head of the BDS movement said, oh, well, you can, if you get coronavirus and you're a supporter of BDS, you can take this drug. I mean, it's very hypocritical, And so they're not even principled in their own views. And Israel is providing medical treatment and aid to people who constantly demonize them, who encourage people.
We love Israel. We love the Jews.
Even when there's
this is Ethan Ralph right here, guys. This is Randbot's God and Master. How will Randbot defend this?
Ethan to fucking platform someone like this so he can fucking, defeat their points, and sort of show it to be a fucking scam. I guarantee Ralph's not going to do that.
He is not at all. He is not at all going to challenge this bitch.
Do you think the Palestinians, do they deserve a state? Is it rightful for Israel to be annexing 30% more of the West Bank?
I support a one-state solution for Israel.
So what would the one-state solution be? I mean, I'm assuming that would be...
He's literally endorsing somebody who believes in a one-state solution for Israel.
And there's a lot of propaganda out there about human rights violations.
How will Rand clean this up? Clean it up, Janny Randbot. Clean it up, Janny Randbot. You explain this. You tell me how. So this is his master plan to defeat me, to crush the conspiracy claims, is that he's going to bring on a Jew to tell us that Israel should be the only state in the entire Middle East, that Palestine has no right to exist, and that we shouldn't have a right to boycott Israel. This is his master plan. It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how that works out for him. It's a bold move. Press 1 if you think Ralph's move is going to work, that this is going to clean it up, that people were so hyped to see Laura Loomer's show for Israel that they'll just forget about the conspiracy. Press 2 if once again it's going to backfire. It won't be cleaned up.
What is the one state? Just one more question on it. What is the one-state solution?
No, I mean, nothing fucking Rand says he actually means. He just tries to be the fucking edgy Australian, it's just a character.
Well, Rand is just a character. His name is Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, is a middle-aged man with a family and children.
And the right for groups of people to have homeland. Israel is a homeland for the Jewish people. Right? I mean,
so
that's
Gaza, West Bank, the whole thing. It should be in Israel, greater Israel, basically.
Well, like I said, I support a one-state solution for.
Like mine is the fucking homeland for Canadian whites. And America is not the homeland for the Jewish people. They need to go back. If they care so much about fucking Israel, why aren't they there?
People are denied a sense of humanity.
It's just a fucking scam.
Cut out again. Can you hear me?
They just want to use it as their fucking escape route for once the nation realizes what they're fucking doing.
This is his master plan.
So they can run back there and try anti-Semitism.
It's not going to clean up fucking anything. This is making it worse. And Ralph is just asking these lukewarm, pathetic questions so it should just be a greater Israel then, Laura?
cry with you.
Yeah, it should be. That's what she's saying. Ralph doesn't challenge it. He just accepts that it should be Greater Israel. You know, he's asking questions like to try and crush her, like with the answer, but the reality is it's not. It's like a sad little like licking of her fucking yeasty old cunt. Fuck. Slurp it up.
Dr. Shady says, are you worried for losing donators for being here? That's a decent question. Although she's not here to answer it. Well, I think she's still here. It shows her. Is she in the call or? Okay, no, she dropped.
No. Her internet dropped completely. We'll have to wait for her to join back in.
Oh, there
she is. She's back in.
I heard. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. It happens.
We've all been having internet trouble.
Clean it up, Gator.
I don't know why. I think it's because so many people are inside and everybody's watching Netflix and streaming.
This bitch's voice to me is just wretched to listen to, isn't it?
Sorry if we got cut off. If there was
It's this
Yeah,
Jew,
I don't know.
this hook nose who's trying to tell us all how we have to live our lives, telling us that we have to buy Israeli products, telling us that we have to support a one-state solution for Israel. This is what we're being told. Ethan Ralph is endorsing this. He is platforming this. How do his fans feel about the most basic of all Jews? Just because she's a woman, we're going to slobber up to her and lick her feet? Just because she's a fucking woman? Is this what we're being told? We just have to suck up to this Jewess? Because why? Because she's a woman? What the fuck?
You know.
She's just gross. She's old and gross. You know, and they just have to keep banning people in the chat here and on D Live, but they can't shut it down. There are so many people saying PPP1, showing this face in the chat over and over and over again, that not even Janny Gator, with all the mops and all the brooms, can clean it up. You know, Godwinson took his broom. So Shannon is forced now to clean it with his tongue and his hands, and he just can't clean it up. He can't clean it up.
I don't really believe there ever will be peace in the Middle East, and you know, there's been billions of dollars spent, you know, trying.
By the way, Dame Pesos is a fucking idiot. Dame Pesos gets on Twitter running his fucking blower like he knows what he's talking about. He just took one glance at Kiwi Farms, read like 2 pages, thinks he knows what's going on, and runs his ignorant blower. Dame, you're a fucking joke and a little bitch. Why don't you fucking do something, Dame? What the fuck are you gonna do? Are you gonna make a supercut of my video with Dick? Is there gonna be the supercut compilation of PPP versus Masterson? Or no? You know, no, there won't be a supercut of that. Nah, but it's silly. Why not? What the culpa? What the culpa? You imagine? He's silly. He can damage controller. That's literally what he does. That's his whole fucking character. That's all the bits he does. And then he hits the soundboard. It's me, Medicare. I love penis. It's me, Medicare. Hello. It's me, Medicare, Gator.
I'm not going to entertain or, you know, bow down to people who want me to.
But you demand that we bow down to you, eh, Laura, and bow down to Israel?
Or engage in self-censorship. And
fuck.
I am who I am. You know, look, this isn't the first
He's
time
silly. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You know, pretty oppositional to my own. But, you know, my views are my views, your views are your views, and I don't think that people should be punished for simply going on shows. I mean, this is America. And
she was saying something
again,
about herself.
one of the reasons why I was inspired to run for Congress.
She might have had not a fuck. Her point might not have been that bad there. She was probably making a good point, but the thing about her is it's all just slimy Jew tactics, or she doesn't actually believe these things. She just fucking says them to earn your trust, and then fucking subverts them into what they're fucking actually not, and they're doing just the opposite. You know, with fucking word tricks.
When they're caught doing controversial things, whether it's the governor of Virginia caught in blackface.
It's important to only say things you fucking mean.
Think he was the guy wearing the hood.
And not try to fucking, you know, just pretend to fucking
you have Linda
be on the
Sarsour,
same
for example,
team so
calling
you
for
can
jihad
fucking do
against
people.
President
They're
Trump.
based
You
to
have
Dame.
Waters inciting violence against Trump supporters. I mean, you can
never
go
lie
on and
about
on and on
ideology.
about all of the discrepancies and wrongdoings or controversies regarding the
Well, unfortunately,
Democrats.
Surfer, none of them believe in that. They believe that they should just be shows.
Advocating for members of ISIS, and where's the Democrats? Where are they?
26 pesos of silver.
Condemning every single thing that every one of their members says. Republicans and conservatives and nationalists need to start.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of fucking Jews are like that.
And really,
I mean, probably not all Jews are like that. Like, realistically, there's nothing wrong with being genetically Jewish. But there's definitely something wrong with fucking being a religious Jew
right now in our country,
trying to
and
pull
we're
these
seeing it
tricks.
unfold.
None of them are even religious Jews, do you know what I mean? Like, I can handle, like, the actual religious Jews. It's like these atheistic Jews who then still fall back on the crutch of being a Jew, and to feel persecuted when they don't even follow the basic laws of the Torah. You know what I mean? Like, there's some Orthodox Jews who actually live their lives in, like, a decent way,
You never see her on Fox News anymore simply because she stood up for people who were being banned. Right? You don't have to share someone's views to say they have a right. They have a right to say what they want to say. As long as you're not inciting violence against anybody, this is America.
Well, and her coming on the show or you coming on the show, I mean, that doesn't mean you co-sign everything that's ever happened on the show. Or
I mean, you co-sign everything I say.
I don't even co-sign everything that's happened on the show.
It's the same phrases over and over. I don't co-sign what he says.
Exactly. It's not a crime to have
It's the cope sign. It's the sign of cope. When they say they aren't co-signing what they say, it's the sign of cope. That's what it is.
If somebody doesn't want to support me financially because I support the First Amendment, then I don't want their money anyway.
All right, now we are going to take callers.
But it's obvious that just because you have somebody on...
No human being is either 100% right or 100% wrong. People exist in the in-between, right? The only thing that's 100% true is what it fucking says in the Bible.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we don't have to point out to people that you don't agree with everything another person says, because obviously you don't. Do you know what I mean? The reason it's done is to, like, provide cover for the show so that they don't get censored down, It's not to make a legitimate point.
Oh, I don't think they're trying not to get censored down. I think he's just trying to not, like, appear to be agreeing with the Jew.
I think
No, but Surfer, he says the exact same thing to every guest, like about every guest. I don't necessarily co-sign what Richard Spencer says. I don't necessarily co-sign what Nick Fuentes says. He does this with everybody. I don't necessarily co-sign everything they say.
Well, it might not be necessarily so he doesn't get censored, right? It might just be more off his audience by fucking
challenge. I can hold my own.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be.
Well, we're gonna see. Just have the
Probably
callers.
a bit of both,
I tried the caller link, and I believe that you can already.
Yeah, and Dame is blocking people on Twitter,
Let's see.
Dame is, like, banning people constantly.
Oh no, it's pretty gay to fucking not take a stance because you're afraid of warding off your audience. You should never cater to what you think or fucking say to your audience. You should think and fucking say what you mean. That's what's real. That's the only thing that fucking matters.
The only thing that matters, Surfer, is cleaning it up.
Yeah, look, there's been a demonization of white people, okay? And this is something that I highlighted when I handcuffed myself to Twitter, if you recall. I printed out the paste bin of all the verified hate tweets, and I read off all of the anti-white tweets that were allowed from verified leftists, these blue check liberals on social media. And it's really interesting how, you can get banned for saying something like Ilhan's anti-Jewish or expressing a conservative viewpoint, but then these leftists are allowed to promote so much anti-white, anti-conservative animosity.
Or
so it's really awful what's happening. Demonization of white people, and you can even see it taking place right now in the media with some of these.
This is what I'm saying. It's just a waste of time.
You should almost just wait until the fucking IRL fucking.
Well, what I was doing before you walked out, I know. Well, what you were doing before, what I was doing before you walked out, I had it muted most of the time because I said, like, I honestly can't listen to this for 3 hours. Because you're on your lunch, you gotta listen to something other than me just ranting into a fucking camera, Fuck.
I'm going back on the
Is the volume alright on the TV?
When you watch it.
Ahmad Aubrey, I believe that's his name.
I would like
but yes, guys, we're in, like, this flashback take to, like, 2015. You know, we've taken a road trip back to that point, and we're going over the same lame talking points from that period of time, mixed in with I love Israel and I love the Jews, unironically. Fuck. You know, anybody could hear this. Godwinson, what the fuck do you mean to stream snipe Nightwave? Who the fuck is Nightwave? Who is Nightwave?
Alright. Teresa, another one about Saturn.
Who the fuck is Nightwave?
You know, listening to this fucking Jew say that she believes in free speech and everyone should be able to fucking say they shouldn't be deplatformed, they should be able to say their own thing, while also fucking defending anti-BDS laws. You know,
it's probably not even the real Godwinson's messaging either.
Within fucking 20 minutes, she's made both of those points, which are in direct opposition to each other. It's just a fucking scam. But I mean, the reality is, it doesn't even matter that she's a fucking Jew, because, you know, we shouldn't be fucking listening to women anyways. You know, like...
I stand with Israel.
It's time for
fucking stands with Israel.
You know what I mean? There's no reason.
Okay, the Nightwave show is all about PPP. Who cares? I don't give a shit if some nobody covers me. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? This guy is going to talk about IRL blood sports by the time when he finally gets Laura Loomer off the fucking phone. So I want to cover that over Nightwave. What is happening that's so special on the Nightwave show? Fuentes is talking about how I called him a catboy. Is that what's happening? That's what people are saying?
Numerous countries, numerous parts of the world.
Might be worth checking it out.
I know that the Trump administration did that.
You don't want to mess around. It's going to talk about the IRL blood sports.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything's better than that.
Yeah.
You know, just keep an eye on it for when it's going to come on, or have chat, keep an eye on that so you can tune back in when he talks about the IRL blood sports. But fuck that, buddy. You know, fuck that.
You know, now my shit's not going to fucking work because I tried to fucking bring it to Nightwave, because people had to just keep spamming Nightwave and God and say, put it on Nightwave, put it on Nightwave. So now I try and go put on Nightwave, and now there'll just be nothing for about 5 minutes here. Will I reboot my shit because it didn't work? But that's, you know, who the fuck is Nightwave? Does anyone know? Does anyone give a shit? Go to Nightwave. Go to Nightwave, man. Go to Nightwave. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. It's Medica! Medica, no! It's Dame! Oh, it's Dame! I deleted the posts! It's Cope! He's sad! Dame deleted the post! He's deleted it! Oh, he's Johnny'd it up! He's got them up! Oh! Yeah! Oh my god. Oh my god. You know? Oh no! Matica, no! Look at Nightwave Radio.
Absolute bullshit.
Is that the real Punished Ralph again?
It's astonishing to me. Even now.
Listen to this guy.
People wasting their time on bullshit.
So,
True. What I stated is true. That Jesse had some of these videos flagged down by Dick Master, which is the ultimate crime. We all know that false flagging is the ultimate
look
crime.
at this guy.
Even though Ralph himself has admitted to it. Has admitted that it's
Oh my god.
what he needed, his legacy.
Oh, he's so out of breath, guys. He's so out of breath. Look at this man. Trying to commentate on my appearance or my health. This man is just some bearded fucking soy boy. The Vito phenotype. The soy boy phenotype. The NPC phenotype. He's coming in here to try and, like, stream snipe my fucking video. Like, who gives a shit? You know, he's just a little crybaby.
Picture. Picture.
Look at him, like he's just... This is like the prototypical mundane Matt style content.
Birds are chirping.
It's a chirping.
Down the street, girls are out in the sundresses. It's one of those beautiful days. You're walking past the park, and a time machine just appears in front of you, like all loud and shit. Beams of light and sound shooting off of it. And this
Great job there, Nightwave. This just is garbage. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I am not even going to give this piece of shit any more attention than we just gave him. Just total low energy crap. No fucking effort. And nobody even knows who this guy is. Nobody knows who this man is. Straight up. Like, straight up. Nobody knows and nobody cares. He's going to show it to his audience of fucking nobody. He's really going to win there, guys. He's really an important dude. You know. Okay, buddy.
Average American doesn't have my media contacts. They don't have.
The man is literally clout chasing PPP now.
You know, fame or notoriety.
Yes, there is a new episode of The Simp Show out on the Simp Show channel. Go to the Simp Show channel and check it out. They're always up on the Simp Show channel before I re-upload them here to give them more exposure because the algorithm is hiding and burying the Simp Show.
Regardless of what they may say, right? There's no such thing as hate speech, and we need to get back to protecting the First Amendment and you know, protecting speech that we may not even agree with.
So if we're all about protecting the First Amendment, so it's all about protecting it, why is it not our freedom of association important, our ability to boycott important? Oh, we shouldn't be able to boycott Israel.
And so I wrote a letter to Lois Frankel, who was my congresswoman.
You wrote a letter?
Asking her to help me.
Shit is so boring.
She wouldn't help me. She wouldn't even reply to me. Right, because she seems to hate President Trump more than she loves America. She seems to hate President Trump more than she loves her duty to uphold the Constitution. And so that's when I decided, you know, I have to run for Congress to counteract the radical leftist voices that are promoting socialism and to be a voice for all who have been silenced.
All right, let's take some callers. And thank you for.
Here come some callers.
Let's get some callers in here. We have a bot that allows us to patch people in from the Discord.
All day.
Fuzz,
all night.
Yeah.
All day.
Fuzz is much easier. You're on the
All
phone,
night.
sir. I don't really.
It's Butters.
All right. Well, look. Okay. So if you have nothing related to Loomer, then that's kind of a tough spot for me right now.
Well, I want to offer something for a fight. I have an idea for an undercard for somebody who's been dug.
All right. Well, look. We'll talk about that.
He has to shut it down. Shout out to Thunder Bay. Shout out to Terry Fox.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. Not right now, though. I have to damage control it. Like, come on, he just had to shut down Butters. Even Butters doesn't give a single fuck about Laura Loomer. Oh my God. Butters, come to the light. Come to the light, Butters. Come to esoteric PPPism. The yoke is easy. The burden is light, Butters. The yoke is easy and the burden is light. You shall find sweet rest in me. Instead of calling into this show, having to pay him $20 per call, and he won't even answer your questions about a fight when you're trying to get him an undercard fight. He just doesn't care. All he cares about is trying to sweep it up, clean it up about Laura Loomer. Do you think it's working? Press 1 if the cleanup op is working. Press 2 if it's impossible to clean it up. The cover-up will not succeed. The cover-up is doomed to failure. Everybody's hit 2. There are currently hundreds of 2s. Hundreds of 2s. It's no, Dame, no. Yeah. He deleted it. Oh my goodness. He deleted the video. He flagged it. He covered it up. Oh, no.
The screenshots, you know,
Dame.
that was posted was
He's sad. He is one day mad now. Boulder.
who said that they were going to
The Quarry King.
to
Dame pesos.
and you know,
Get the fucking mop out, Janny Dame. Why don't you fucking debate me without a soundboard? Why don't you try and explain your fucking position, Janny Dame? Why don't you use your real voice too, like a fucking man? Instead of doing this fake fucking retarded voice and play the same fucking sound clip. This fucking idiot the other day, Dame, literally uploaded the Cenk versus Alex showdown from 4 years ago. Cenk versus Alex from 4 years ago re-uploaded.
I don't think that it would be unusual for
what a lazy bastard.
Journalism to be, looking inside a Discord channel. It's investigative journalism, right?
And getting them banned, reporting them to the server. You want to report it on them.
Well, now her position is they were inciting violence. Now, do you accept that premise that they were, or you saying they weren't?
No,
I have no idea. Go ahead.
I was in that server and there was none of that going on.
Anybody else hearing this just shameless shilling for Israel?
Well, look, I saw what I saw, and I wish I still had my, archive of my accounts so that...
Sweep it up.
It's kind of hard.
Sweep it up.
To have conversations about things where you don't have the graphics and the tweets and the images in front of you, right? And so that's where I draw the line, though, is the incitement to violence. And what I saw and what I interpreted was an incitement to violence.
All right, Tony, you got anything else real quick, man? I'm gonna go.
Tony, do you have anything that's not garbage, Tony?
Yeah, you got a lot of guys.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right,
I appreciate your question.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in. Yeah.
Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. It's been pretty respectful so far. Let's try. Let me look through here. Okay. All right. Let's see.
What a show.
London Bums.
What a show, guys.
I hear some echo back.
Hi,
This show sucks.
It seems okay now.
Oh man, I'm nearly about to pass out again. The energy is being sucked from me.
Who was expelled from Harvard for having used the N-word in a joke when he was 16. Laura Loomer said that she supported his expulsion on Telegram, and I believe she actually told people to write to Harvard to
Actually,
have
look,
him.
now, I'm not a big Kashif fan myself now.
I'm gonna turn it up a slight bit.
Maybe I shouldn't go there. I should keep my diplomatic host hat on. But he is pretty slimy. Can I just say that? Break character and say he's a little slimy piece of... Anyway, go ahead.
Imagine Ralph calling anybody else a slimy piece of shit. This is the man who literally eats burgers from the trash. The man who has the most grizzled, disgusting gunt in the world. When you look at my youthful, vibrant, luxurious gunt, compared to his disgusting, crusted, alcoholic, fucking disgrace disaster of a gunt, it's very clear to see which of us is in a better condition. This man is like fucking 40 years old. He's done. He's a broken man. And if I ever get my hands on him, I'm going to beat him into a fucking coma. It's not even going to be competitive. A foot of height, I have. 100 pounds of weight, I have. An advantage. He thinks he's faster and quicker. I've proved that I have more stamina than him. I've been making videos and streaming endlessly for like 3 days now. He can barely put together a 3-hour show with 4 other co-hosts and a guest, and it still has dead air, and it's still garbage. But the idea that we're going to have this fight in an arena and it's going to be sanctioned by an athletic commission, it's never going to happen. If he wants this fight to happen, he can get money for it. We'll give him money for it. But it's not going to be what he thinks it's going to be, this Hollywood showdown in the Staples Center with 20,000 screaming fans. That's just not, that's not reality, buddy. Can anybody explain to me how they think that either of us are going to pass a physical and get a boxing or MMA license?
I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a white supremacist. I don't use the N-word. I'm not a racist, okay? Like, if you are going to accuse somebody of
just think about
things
that.
Like that, which ruin their reputation and, deny them of career opportunities, but you yourself are doing it, I think that...
So it's going to be a street fight. I'll fight him, but it's going to be something that's unsanctioned. There'll be a referee. There'll be a set of agreed upon rules, but it's going to be like a gentleman's kind of fight in the desert. Like, that's what I think. We go to Vegas, we go into the desert, we fight, it gets recorded there, we don't live stream it, we wait till we all get back to our homes, we release the fucking video, and then nobody goes to jail, the fight happens, everybody gets to see it, it's not behind a paywall, Ralph gets paid, I get to put him in a coma, the people get to see the gunt off, everybody wins. What is the reason that that can't happen? so that these people can make even more money, so Masterson can profiteer off it and sell pay-per-views. Ralph's already getting $8,000 to do this. We could probably get it to 10 grand. 10 grand? If we get 10 grand, okay, 10,000 US dollars, will he then drop all the other conditions for $10,000?
But was guilty of the same thing.
And what is it going to take for him to just fucking man up and fight me for cash? I'm just saying.
The messages in my Telegram channel, and I said, well, it's interesting because here he is getting into Harvard, and how many opportunities have been denied from other people who have been falsely accused and banned and deplatformed because of false accusations of racism or white supremacy, which is what he and many of his associates.
It's already, Godwinson's given him £5,000, 5,000 reasons to do it. 5,000. That amounts to 6,200 US dollars. Juice has promised $2,000. It's $8,200. I'm saying we can probably find other people to chip in the other 1,800, make it an even 10 grand. What excuse do you have then? How much money do you think we're going to even make off of a pay-per-view is selling it? So maybe 300 people buy it at $20 a pop. You know what I mean? It's only a couple grand. More anyway. And it would be split up or some shit like this. It's better off you just get your guaranteed money. The fight goes out for free. Everybody can see it. You know? But they'll try and charge you guys $60. They want to charge you $60 to watch these two fat fucks fight. I think you should be able to see it for free. I think that anybody who wants to see this fight should be able to see it. And I think for $10,000, Ethan Ralph should be able to agree. Zoom says he's putting up $5,000. We'll see. I mean, with Zoom, with Godwinson, his money is good. He's gone to the bank and withdrawn the $5,000. Today he went to the bank. He withdrew the money. He has it in a briefcase in cash. The money has already been withdrawn. The money is out there. I mean, I don't know, again, even if I agree, so let's say I agree right now to every one of Ralph's conditions. I say unconditionally, the Killstream has the exclusive rights. If I say it'll be in LA and we'll do it his way, and I agree to all his terms, the fight's not going to happen that way. It is actually impossible for it to happen that way. The California State Athletic Commission is not going to sanction this bout. It's not going to happen. Press 1 if you think the California State Athletic Commission would sanction either of us as being competent enough to fight with a boxing or MMA license. Press 2 if you think neither of us would pass the physical.
And I made that comment, and it was very whimsical.
Some people press 1 because I don't think they understand how it works and what the process is. And the idea that the crowd from Knoxville is going to help make this happen when you guys burned them already.
In what way?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's a very broad question. What kind of dent do you think you made just because of your personal...
maybe an Indian reserve. But that's what I'm saying. It can't happen in LA. It can't happen in the Staples Center. It's not going to be like that. That's not how it works.
Above the G20 summit, and when you look at the impact that social media has.
I just want people to be able to see this fight, and I want to be able to fight him. That's all I want. I don't want any money. I don't want anything other than that. And I want people to be able to see it. And I just think it's insane, this idea that Ralph should have the exclusive rights to things so he can set up the commentary team. He's not a god. He's an alcoholic felon. He's a convicted felon. We can do this behind closed doors. We can rent out a gym and we can fight in the gym. We can do a lot of different things. There's a lot of ways around this. We can go out to the desert and we can do it that way. We can do it behind the dumpster of an Arby's at 2 a.m. There's so many ways we can do it, but we cannot do it the way he's saying. It doesn't logistically make any sense. It's not going to work. And that's just reality. It's not me trying to duck this fight. This guy's trying to duck the fight by sticking a million conditions on it that are unnecessary and only seek to cause complications, confusions, and give him an excuse for ducking it. I will literally agree to anything. I'll agree to everything. But if we go with the way they're doing it, what will happen if I agree to every term that they have is that they will take the money and run. They will run an Indiegogo and scam everybody for 20, 30 grand, run away with the money. The fight will never happen because it can't be sanctioned. And then when I don't pass the physical and he doesn't pass the physical, then it's like, oh, well. Like, think it over. Like, fucking use your mind. I'm saying the fight should be taped. It's not going to be live streamed because it can't be legally done. The fight can't be legally done. It's not going to happen the way.
But these same multi-millionaire politicians like Nancy Pelosi, who owns multi-million-dollar mansions in California, Sanctuary State, right? When you set up Sanctuary and literally bring illegal aliens from Mexico and Guatemala, which is
it's anytime, anywhere. I'm not asking for his money. I'm not asking for a percentage cut of anything.
She's a hypocrite.
I am asking for a time and a place. Send I'm asking to fight this man. I'm not asking for really anything else. I'm just trying to make it so it doesn't become a profiteering Jew money grab for these people. That's all.
My videographer, Folklore Americana, because he was there for all those videos.
Fuck, we are literally living in the 2015 to 2017 timeline right now. This shit's so boring. Who is listening to Laura right now? Does anybody listen to what she says?
Just let them go.
Has it been any good?
It's about
Did you actually see Nancy Pelosi's face? Did you see her visage?
No, it wouldn't be fun if I got Nightwave on.
The police had to call her on the phone and ask her if she.
He's an idiot. Who cares?
You didn't see her peeping out the blinds or
No. But,
she was there though. She was there. Was she there?
No, she wasn't. She was.
Alright, can you still hear me?
And because millions of people were watching.
Now, in chat, I want to hear what people have to say. Do you think it's logistically possible right now, not just with the coronavirus, let's say the coronavirus doesn't even exist. So a month from now, the borders reopen for international travel, and we can go to LA, right? Is it going to be logistically possible, one, to rent out this arena, two, to get this approved by a state athletic commission, to get us all licenses, three, that this guy would show up for it, you know, when we have to pay him ahead of time. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not logistically possible. There are too many things that have to fucking work, that have to be hammered out, that aren't going to be hammered out. It's just so easy. Let's just get hotel rooms in Vegas, at the Bellagio or something, someplace nice, the MGM Grand. We'll have our own hotels, you know, the fight teams, the two different camps. We'll have our week in Vegas, doing videos, doing streams, hyping up the fight, and then we'll go out into the desert. We'll record the video with 4K drone footage. You know, from above, you know, there'll be cameramen on the ground. There'll be multiple angles. And the fight will then be edited together and posted the next day for free. I don't see how that is wrong. Like, I don't see how that's not the way to go. That's the only way this can happen realistically. It's not going to happen any other way.
And Facebook needs to pay.
You know, for okay, fake Punished Ralph. I mean, if this is the real Punished Ralph, who is saying he's flagging the stream, it's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic.
But you know, it takes a lot of time, and I'm sure that they're not going to be over anytime soon.
All right, let's take some more callers here. Excuse me. Petunia on the Killstream. Go ahead. Or Patuna.
Why did you choose Florida to run it?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing we could do is we could rent a gym in Vegas and do it there. If he doesn't want to do it, like,
Miami.
no holds barred in the desert, which I think is the way to go. A desert with drone shot footage. We can get a fucking boxing ring or a cage, and we can rent it out, and we can do it that way. But it's not going to be regulated by a state athletic commission in an arena.
3 years working for James O'Keefe, and then I moved back to Palm
Do you know what I
Beach.
mean?
So you're right. I'm not originally from Florida.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's not. I know how these things work. I follow combat sports a lot. I know how these negotiations go and how people try and duck shit and run away. I am not running away. And at no point have I said that I would not fight him. I'll fight him for nothing. I don't want anything other than a time, a place, and a guarantee that he'll show up. The money that he'll be paid will be put into an abeyance, put into trust, until such time as the fight has been completed. And people are saying, oh, attaching the condition, it has to go run round for him to get paid. I am just saying that he should not get paid a goddamn penny if he just immediately says the fight is over as soon as it starts. If he just taps out, if the fight starts, he taps his hand on the floor 3 times and walks out, people are going to be ripped off and pissed off. And then he'll laugh and say that he made $8,000. So if people...
Thanks for your question, but yeah, maybe. Someone else asked me that the other day. Someone asked me a football question, but
you need to just start throwing up the.
This is what I'm saying.
That's all you need to know. I'll explain, but yeah, I think that's.
Is this you, Dame?
Yeah, I mean that'd be a good start too, probably.
Might be a good start.
Let's try another caller. Psalm 23. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how you going? I just had 2 quick things. For Laura, are you gonna try and do anything regarding abortion legislation and stuff like that? And the second thing is, hey, you're.
Shut up, Dame. Go back in your fucking hole.
Wow, that was nice. He did sit there.
So, Barb for one of our colleagues there.
Yeah. I don't even know. What was the first part, Gator? Can you repeat that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I couldn't really.
Clean it up, Dame.
Go ahead, Foos.
Evening. Hey, Laura, I just wanted to ask you, are you dating anyone right now?
No. No, I'm very
Really?
good. Yeah, I'm single.
Sounded like he was trying
What
to
a
get
boring
this video
show.
Yeah.
This is just hell to listen
Not on
to.
my watch. Go ahead, Pepto-Bismol. I'll have to do that. Not on Killstream time. Go ahead, Pepto-Bismol.
Well, I wanted to point out one thing first, is that doesn't she kind of sound like Corinne when she goes on her little rambles?
I don't know. Be respectful. Ask a respectful question.
Ask a respectful question. Why do people have to show her respect? Isn't this supposed to be the kill stream? Isn't it supposed to be no holds barred? Anything goes? Isn't this like anything can happen on the kill stream, I guess, except questions that are disrespectful?
Yeah.
Anything, guys, you never know what's going to happen on the kill stream, but one thing we know will never happen on the kill stream is a disrespectful question. Clean it up, Janny Dame. Clean it up, buddy. You've been banning people on Twitter. You're mundane Matt now. All of you are being exposed as hypocrites and fraudsters. Just filthy shysters. Scam artists.
If you're in favor of...
You're talking about RC, if you're in favor of the one China policy.
Ah.
If you're in favor of the Hong Kong
Just a little bit of
policy,
fucking clogged up in the nose there.
I think that
Dame's cleaning it up.
This is exactly why we need to fight to protect our First Amendment rights, because it's a beacon of hope for people who are oppressed all around the world. And these are people who
the beacon of hope.
Are protesting. They want
If this person, if Channy Loomer is your fucking last hope.
So, you say the same thing about South Africa?
It's a sad day.
You're gonna
Say the same thing about South Africa or the Okinawan protest for the...
It's like Ralph doesn't realize that he's losing.
Sovereignty, you're all in favor of those. Potentially, right? Freedom, free speech, that kind of thing.
I'm talking about people having a right for free speech. And I apologize, I'm not entirely versed on every single movement that is taking place in the world.
The point is all of these places are fighting for independence from land that was theirs
or that they went and occupied that no one else was occupying.
What are we talking about?
But then
This is so
don't say that
boring.
You're in favor of a one-state policy, which would kind of contradict your favor of Hong Kong's freedom or any kind of movement of that sort, wouldn't you say?
I'm talking specifically about people's right to free speech and their right to protest without getting shut down by TICOM censors and without being beaten in the streets and jailed and in some cases killed and maimed for their speech. Okay.
I'm telling you guys this. I may just go and watch the JF potatoes, the JF potato video with the parrot.
That they're independent. Do you support their independence?
Has anyone seen? Press 1 if you've seen the Mama JF video. Press 2 if you've not yet seen the new Mama JF. I'm gonna definitely do it. I want to give Ralph a chance here to address the fight. But I think I've laid out pretty clear terms. You know, I've laid out pretty clear terms to Josh yesterday. I laid out, again, pretty clear terms today. I've laid out reasoning why I don't think that their proposal is legitimate, why it doesn't make any sense, why my proposal is the only one that actually makes any sense.
The Israelis are not, suppressing. The Israelis are not suppressing people's right to free speech. The Israelis are not, maiming people and killing people for simply expressing their First Amendment.
Again, once again, I mean, it's technically true since there is no First Amendment in Israel. There is no First Amendment in Israel.
Talking about Israel and the relationship with the Palestinians.
All right, now go ahead, caller. I'll give you this, and then I have to go through. Wait, hold on.
There are egregious human rights violations that are taking place in Gaza, committed by groups like Hamas. Okay, groups like the PLO against the Palestinian people, and it's the Israelis. Okay, it's the Israeli people who express humanity and stick up for the human rights. No, but it's this constant demonization, right? It's this constant demonization.
I'm not demonizing.
Will Dame apologize for banning people, for blocking people on Twitter, for being a Janny? Will you apologize, Dame, will you?
But then you're saying this country's different.
I don't think not. I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
Maybe.
All right, thank you, caller. I'll let her respond to that. Appreciate this call.
Sir,
Jeez.
man, we gotta watch.
I think that
after this. We gotta.
Laura Loomer still talking on the TV.
Question and his arguments. There's different factors that
just total garbage. I'm about to switch it to Mama JF.
Now,
Mama JF would be fucking 100 times more
now,
each situation is unique, right? It's different parts of the world, different situations, different histories, different conflicts.
Coach Blackpill is here, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Blackpill.
Different reasons for the debates, different reasons for
Coach, can you give us an aesthetic rating of Ethan Ralph? And your next video, Coach Blackpill, I'm asking you a personal favor. Can you give us a rating of Ethan Ralph's face and body out of 10? Please, Coach Blackpill, deliver the truth. Help.
I think what China's doing and big tech's the fact that big tech, when you look at big tech, when you look at these companies, these are American companies, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Apple, they not only do they rely on manufacturing in China. Okay.
It's the malt liquor, man. That shit's bad. Like, you shouldn't drink that shit.
And look at what Google's doing, for example, with Project Dragonfly. Okay.
I do like it, though.
Creating.
Be honest, I have a taste for that Old English now.
Censor people. I think it's egregious.
When it's nice and cold out of the glass bottle, it's just so nice. But
online and helping communist dictatorships and authoritarian regimes silence people who are simply trying to...
I don't know, Jay. Old English used to be made by a different company here in Canada, and it was way worse tasting than this new version, I think, that's made by Labatt. So we don't even have, like, the Old English that the rest of the world has anymore. We have, like, an Old English made by a Canadian company.
Well, it says imported on the bottle.
I don't know. I don't think that...
So, There was an internal poll that was conducted about 2 months or so, and
Yeah, but that's what all the
clearly
labels
race,
say.
And
I don't
I was
know.
polling at 48%.
Yeah, it's imported by Oh, it's just imported by Labatt's. They don't make it. I don't know. It just it had been I think probably about a year and a half since I had last had it, and it tasted different to me this last few times I drank it. I don't know. Is anybody going to challenge this guest? Like, they've taken callers. The callers are trying to ask about the PPP fight. And Ralph's like, no, you can't ask about that. You have to ask Laura Loomer a respectful question. And anytime the caller challenges, he goes, can you ask a respectful question? You know? What happened, Perspicacity? What's the bad news? It's the ultimate bad news.
She's an incumbent, and obviously
okay, who cares?
You're not gonna have to spend any money, right? So she clearly has more money in the bank. But in terms of fundraising, I have out fundraised her for the last 3 quarters in a row, and it just goes to show that she really has no desire to run a campaign. She has no desire to ask for the people's votes, and everyone I meet, whether it's a Republican, Democrat, or Independent, they all have the same thing to say, that she just doesn't do anything.
I'm trying to show the audience too. I mean, I think some of them.
I mean, why the posters on the roof? Why do you think someone would put posters on the roof? Just think about it. Like, ask why. Why do you think?
You know, the reason for that, and I haven't filled it in completely yet, but, and it used to drive my ex-girlfriend fucking insane. My ex-girlfriend would lose her mind at me and tell me that my fucking walls are way too busy. But I'm the sort of guy, I like to have shit completely covering my walls and covering the ceilings. I don't like there to be any blank space. You know, the busier it is, the more there is. There's more to think about, you know, as I look around the room. You know, it keeps the mind going. So, I mean, that's why I do it. I try to cover it in as much as I can, but I'm gonna, one of these days, I'm gonna put some more posters on the roof, because the walls are pretty much covered up, and it's just the roof I'm working with now. Now, the cool thing about some of the ones on the roof, we got black lights on the walls, and some of them illuminate with the black lights. That's pretty cool. I think the black lights, one of them's dead right now, so you couldn't really show
the
them,
big
but
black light I think's dead, yeah. Yeah, I'll show you guys here. Watch it. This is a lot better than Loomer.
Yeah. Well, 10 times better than listening to Laura Loomer. But you can see with the black light, those posters up there, they illuminate, you know? So it's a bit of a light effect. And then you can even turn on, like, the red and green light there, you know? And it's just for, I like the atmosphere that creates, you know? It's sort of cool. But a lot of these posters I've had since I was in fucking university. Like the majority of the posters on the wall, well, maybe half and half. Probably half from when I was in university.
Yeah, the ones like over there from university, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So like the black light ones come from
Spencer's.
Yeah. No, they come from Bethune Manor.
Yeah, buddy. Bethune Manor.
They come from our old residence.
The Bethune Manor. The Trap House.
Hey, Rob.
Oh, wait.
My streams are lacking in quality. Good job, Viserium. Go fuck yourself. You know. Oh my god, they're lacking in quality.
That doesn't represent the opinions of the.
Well, what are we gonna do?
For the 21st district there in Florida. Go ahead, caller.
This show just is garbage. See what this caller says.
It doesn't seem to me. I don't quite see how you can square the circle of saying.
I missed your last messages. You'll have to resend.
Your free speech rights are this and that. And they're calling you a terrorist, and use the exact same logic to argue against people who associate with BDS movements. And you say people should be allowed to criticize Israel, but they're not allowed to join organizations that criticize Israel. And you say all those organizations are associated with terrorist organizations. If they're terrorist organizations, they should be banned. But if they're just associated,
yeah, Toad McJudish got wiped out.
All right, now go ahead.
So the BDS movement receives its funding, and if you read this,
I don't know why you think it's garbage. Again, I just make videos because I want to make them. So you can try and say, oh, it's garbage. You're pumping out so much garbage. People want me to stream snipe the kill stream right now. That's something people want. So just shut the fuck up. I'm not going to take your opinion seriously because you work for the gun guard. So again, back in your hole. Back in your hole. You won't be addressed again.
Accusing them of being tied to terrorist organizations or being associated with terrorists or even outright calling some of these individuals terrorists. I knew that I was going to get
wiped away by Toad McJudas. Toad McJudas has got totally fucked. There's no ads running on his video. He's not making any money. Toad McJudas smugly chuckled at us, said how he was making an easy $3,000, an easy $5,000 from this video. And now he's not making anything beyond the fucking Raid Shadow Legends ad. And after this, who knows if any sponsor will want to touch him again, because he is Toad McJudas for the 26 pieces of silver. The 26 pieces of silver.
Here in the United States have found during the Holy Land Foundation terrorism trial. This is our nation's largest terrorism financing trial.
I don't know, buddy. Toad's pretty fucking murked. I think he's probably going to give his head a shake and go get a real job. Hopefully he fucking does. Doesn't just...
No, Toad's going to double down and release the monthly Chantel again.
And she was caught on tape at the ISNA convention in Chicago calling for jihad against President Trump.
Sweep it up.
When you incite an act of Islamic terrorism against the president of the United
States. What jihad mean? Jihad man.
Okay. What does jihad mean? Jihad is an act of Islamic.
Jihad means struggle. It could be an internal struggle. It's not necessarily
that's not how.
Are you Muslim? Are you Muslim?
That's not how Muslims define it.
I'm not Muslim, but I have a better understanding of it than your guess.
Well, everybody defines.
Just fucking murked.
Just crushed it.
Every single mosque in this country, every single Islamic center in this country gives daily and weekly lessons on the takbir, okay? And in the
realistically, there shouldn't be any fucking mosques in the country, I don't think it's really fucking... that it should be outlawed. Obviously they shouldn't be allowed to build them in fucking, public areas. But say you had a community of fucking Muslims that built their own mosque on their own fucking property, there's nothing you can really say for them not to do that. But, the issue is it should never fucking get to that point. We shouldn't have let these people across the fucking border in the first place. They shouldn't be here. If they're not here, they're not fucking building mosques in the fucking backwoods,
Alright, thank you.
Well, I definitely don't agree with that.
It's important to just build a fucking strong white ethno state and keep these people out.
I just want to send Laura Loomer. Oh, fuck it. I can't even say it. Just, honestly, this show is so fucking boring. It's so bad.
You can't make fucking good content sniping this, and it's just so fucking bad. You can make good content off of when Ralph's talking about the upcoming
Dame.
But the majority of this is a waste of time. And if Dame Pesos is in the chat, who even gives a fuck? Dame Pesos is the lowest hanging fruit there is.
I know.
The guy's fucking garbage. He speaks to a fucking soundboard, He literally, one of his latest videos was just the clip of Alex Jones versus Chang from 3 years ago. I think without even any fucking commentary. It's just garbage, So fuck Dame. He's not even
Dame is a nobody at this point. Dame, are you gonna do a super cut Dame of me and Dick Masterson, or that's not funny? Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's good. I clean it up. Just shut the fuck up, Dame. You're just a joker. Oh no. It seems that he has banned people from the chat. He's Jannied it up. He's not Jarbo. It's true. It's true, he's Jarbo! It's true! He's Jarbo! He's Jarbo! He's cringe! Boulder Kirko! Dame, when is that supercut coming? When can we expect that?
I just want to see the bomb shot.
You got your fucking candy wrapper on the ground, just throwing in the garbage. It's all it takes.
Title match on the floor of the house chamber. Alright, so she did cut out. We'll get her back in. Patrice O'Neill says, Ralph, careful, she's advocating for...
Perjury, that is a crime. So why should these
Okay.
I don't think she
He's
realizes
mad
that
at
her
her.
phone
She
died.
can't hear when. Maybe she can still hear us. That's why I don't know, or she just thinks we're that quiet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we actually.
He's cleaned it up.
Fuck. You know, like maybe God is stripping down her fucking internet, so no one has to listen to this anymore. You know,
Pretty good
like
about taking
fuck.
all callers, I have to say. Let me read through some of these. Patrice O'Neill says, not the actual one, but it says, Ralph Careful, she's advocating for genocide on your show. Here the Butcher says, how can you be Zionist and American first? That's a good one, actually, but maybe we can ask her if she comes back on. Right Honorable says, why did Israel spy on college kids in Davis, California? I don't know that particular incident, actually. I'm not saying they did one, but let's be honest, they probably did. The Butcher says, Tony Castle, Patrice O'Neill, Royper says, Laura, I'm black and slow, he's going white people. Alright, we had that one earlier. KP
This is just ridiculous. It's just.
the media and the ABA.
Oh man,
Has he
it's.
talked about IRL blood sports returns?
No, what he's.
Because I mean, the reality is, he's probably gonna talk about it for fucking 15 minutes at the end of the show, and we've just taken fucking 3 hours of our time to fucking stream snipe his fucking garbage so that we can get that 15 fucking minutes. You know, like it's just a waste of time.
Well, it is a waste of time, but I just like to show everybody just exactly how garbage the show is.
They're gonna have to get like.
Well, you know, it is what it is. It's just the most boring crap. The guy tries to pretend like it's good. It's not good. It's like it's if you know. I don't think I will do it again.
You know, that's what I said last time. Like, you know, Ralph, you fucking won on this one. Like, your show is fucking garbage. Sorry, we won't stream snipe it again. And
But
like,
you would
seriously, like, you shouldn't be fucking stream sniping this guy.
But it really bothers him. You know, that's why it's done. It really does piss him off that. You know, I have more viewers here than his actual official restream does. He lost the official restream yesterday at Full Blast Forever. Now he's on the chill stream looking at an audience 1/3 the size. He's losing hundreds of viewers as a result of this. Hundreds of viewers are coming over to the light of esoteric PPPism. It's happening. It's over, Dame. Oh, no. It's over. Yeah. It's blown out. It's sad. Oh no!
There's an echo.
Yo, Metica! I love you, Daddy Jim! Yeah.
You're on both, I believe. I don't know. Gator, can you figure this out and message me?
Gator's not gonna figure it out.
Oh, maybe it's the caller. Okay. It works now. It was my fault. Laura, can you hear me?
Oh, she dropped out of the call.
Okay.
Laura's had enough.
Back in the fucking call. I've had enough of it. You know? I don't
You know
want
what's
to
really
listen to
scary?
it
She's
anymore.
probably going to be
You
the
know?
most tech-literate person in Congress, regardless.
Oh yeah, by far.
So regardless of this, like she's going to be, she's going to understand this more than anyone else.
Now, Chad is actually saying Laura Boomer at this point, but Ralph, you know
No one
what?
can out Boomer Ralph.
That's true. Turkey versus salmon, that's tough. But I have to
Holy shit, this is bad.
Big turkey spread on Thanksgiving.
We're talking about turkey versus salmon?
Just can't get that up. I love salmon, but can't. Oh, a good turkey sandwich too. Oh.
I couldn't. I just got like.
There she goes. There she goes.
Oh, there we go.
Laura.
You know, the fucking,
Sorry about that.
the turkey fucking, the fucking homemade cooked turkey fucking poutine at the fucking West Side Cafe in Sault Ste. Marie.
Did we not go there?
Unreal.
I'll
Well, of
welcome
course
you
you
back with
did.
this
I go there every
question,
time I go
that
there.
they
Yeah,
showed me
it was
to
great
ask you, so
when we went there.
Please forgive me.
It was really good.
Beard the Butcher says, would you consider
Pretty much the only good thing about the Sioux, really.
No, I love the Sioux, buddy.
You love the Sioux?
You don't think the shady rest is a good thing about the Sioux?
I don't
Have you ever had a shady?
I don't know
This is
if
the shady rest we're talking
I don't know if you can really say that the shady rest is a good thing. You know?
The shady rest is a fucking great thing, buddy.
Why don't you tell everybody about the shady rest?
No, it's good for another time.
Yeah, the story of the shady rest. It almost deserves its own separate video. The shady rest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like,
The answer for Ralph, however,
I got you.
It's kind of like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't answer the question.
Well, the issue with Ralph really started when, you know, he ripped everybody off with Miami and Knoxville didn't come through and it was a disaster. And it really started when he, you know, he fucked with me and my family and he fucked with Surfer. And so, you know, he did all that bullshit and tried to fuck up my life. And then he had his fall from grace. And at that point, I pretty much started saying he's a piece of shit. But the reality is he's not been the sole focus of my channel ever. For periods of time, yes, I have focused on Ethan Ralph.
But I mean, at this point, it's fucking beating a dead horse. Like, the guy's finished, buddy. There's no point giving him any more fucking attention. You know, like, the next interaction with Ralph needs to be in the fucking ring.
That's what I'm saying. The only thing is...
There's no point in stream sniping his shit or any of that. It's just fucking garbage. The guy's fucking done, you know? We're beating a dead horse right now.
Country I'll ever have citizenship to.
The story of the Dr. Doolittle duck. See, there's a duck. It's a very, very special and important duck. It's the duck in the Dr. Doolittle poster. Godwinson believes that this duck is the reincarnation of Vishnu and that it shall lead glorious light to the world. This is what Godwinson believes. He loves the duck in the Dr. Doolittle poster. That's really the only story that you can say that...
They got the picture of Jarbo. That's the fucking thumbnail.
You like that one, eh?
Yeah,
Jarbo... Jarbo rises. He is the fourth man.
I knew they were filming. You know.
I think that if you get elected, then you're going to be the second ethnically Jewish lawmaker to not have dual citizenship with Israel, right next to Bernie Sanders. Yeah, I think Bernie Sanders is the only ethnically Jewish.
I'll tell the story of the PPP Tiger Cloud. Godwinson was here, sashing bowls. I think Godwinson, we actually got him an edible, and this was the time when Godwinson got so high.
Oh, fucking he was passed out in the chair all night.
Godwinson was so high. I gave him this medical grade fucking edible, you know, and Godwinson ate it. It was, I think, like a brownie or something like this. He eats, or it was a chocolate bar. He ate the chocolate bar. He ate the whole thing. And, you know, you're supposed to eat one of the 3 sections. He ate 3 times the recommended dose. So he's just totally fucked. And on the wall here, you can see, I'll show you. You see this picture of the tigers? Godwinson was looking at the picture of the tigers, and he hallucinated that my face was on one of the tigers, and like that the tiger face of me started talking to him and telling him shit. You know, this is how fucked up he was, apparently, on the edible. I've never seen hallucinations like that myself on weed, but I don't know.
No, I mean, when I started smoking weed when I was like 16 years old, like, I would fucking hallucinate weird auditory hallucinations. But that's because I have schizophrenic fucking genes in me, you know? Like, a lot of the male side of my family has had schizophrenia diagnosed. So, you know, I imagine that's sort of why when I started to do drugs and, you know, experience these fucking new things, I was more susceptible to different hallucinations, whether it just be auditory within my brain or it's fucking like an image I would see, right? But,
with another nation.
But I don't know.
That doesn't really sit
like, realistically, you're probably
PP Poomer says it's 4 p.m. and it's time for your med surfer.
No, I don't take meds. I don't believe in fucking meds. You know? I don't even take fucking Advil or Tylenol. I haven't taken a fucking like an Advil since I was in like fucking grade 10.
Somebody asked what happened with CRP. I mean, the thing with CRP is he's just such a snake. You know, he's just snaked on me, and I just don't want to deal with that fucking bullshit. You know. You know, at some point in the future, I might try and forgive Coach, but I mean, right now, I'm just fucking done with that horse shit.
But no, you shouldn't do drugs at all. Like, you shouldn't smoke weed either. Weed's fucking the soma they're giving us, so we're docile to all these fucking juice scams they're trying to fucking pull over our eyes, you know? It weakens the men and makes people fucking retarded. You know, you shouldn't fucking smoke weed. You know, you shouldn't do any drugs. You shouldn't take fucking prescription drugs. You shouldn't fucking do any of that. It just fucks you up. You know.
We're not like friends with Crowd. What happened is we did some videos on Crowd, and then Crowd decided he wanted to talk to us, and I did some interviews with him, and he does some segments for us. But it's not as though we're Kraut's capos. Do you know what I mean? It was just a situation where, you know, it's just being tired of kicking sand in Kraut's face. Like, at what point is the dead horse beaten enough with Ralph and with fucking, you know, I was not with Ralph, but with Mundane Matt and with fucking Kraut, you know?
You were a little bit muffled there for a second. But let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's take a few more callers. You've been on already almost the whole 90 minutes. I don't know how much time you have left.
Yeah, I don't know. Kraut's probably the weirdest sounding guy I've ever heard speak in my life, you know? But, like, he's not bad.
Yeah, we'll go another 5. I mean, maybe I'll come on again.
Well, he's just done some really shady shit, you know what I mean? With his doxing server and getting Rage After Storm fired and fucking the electric nipple clamps and his split penis and...
Yeah, that is all pretty shady, but as long as he repents, you know?
Well, it really is.
Remember, Jeffrey Dahmer is smiling down on us from heaven right now because he repented and was baptized.
Surfer's got the hot take. The hot take on Jeffrey Dahmer.
I believe that.
Well, it could be true.
I actually believe that.
You know, like, what's going on?
I don't know, why would anybody allow somebody else to tell them, like, who they're allowed to talk to and what they're allowed to do?
You know, it's like Paul, right? Like, Paul was murdering Christians, you know, and Paul was persecuting Christians.
Well, I'll tell again. Godwinson wants me to tell the story of him skipping the bill. There are two...
What a guy, you know, like, the guy's like fucking royalty, you know, he comes from like this fucking line of royalty, and he just goes in and skips on his $40 bill at the fucking restaurant, you know,
like Godwinson and I go to the bar, we go to the pub, and we have a few beers, we have some chicken wings, the time comes to pay, and I kind of like jokingly say, let's walk out on this bill. And Godwinson actually stands up and just walks out on the bill. He just walks out on the bill. So I have to pay the whole fucking bill. He just walks away, you know. So he eventually paid me back for the bill. He just walked out. The waitress was yelling at him, like, stop, come back. You know, she ran out to the parking lot and tried to chase Godwinson, but it was too late. He was long fucking gone. He was long gone. Then we go back to the same bar, like a week later. We go back to the same bar. And it's the Super Bowl. So we're watching the Super Bowl at the bar. And it comes time to pay. And the woman leaves the machine on the table for like 20 minutes, you know.
Oh, fuck. I remember that.
The woman leaves the machine on the table with us for like 20 minutes. So Godwinson goes to pay. But because she's not there to select the options, Godwinson actually selected the option where instead of him paying the company, they paid him. So the money got refunded into his account. So Godwinson paid his like $60 tab into his own bank account. So then they were like, she's rattled.
She comes back just fucking fuming about it.
She's like, you need to pay $120 now. He's like, no, I've already paid $60. I shan't be paying $120.
You know, like...
He's like, you're going to have to get your manager. And the manager comes, is like, you're going to have to pay. And like, he's trying to be a tough guy, and Godwin's like, I'm afraid I'm not going to pay. You're going to have to get the owner. You're going to have to get the owner. So this fucking guy comes out, and I don't even think it's the owner. I don't even think it's the owner, you know? He comes, I was like, well, I work really hard for this business, and I barely make any profit, and you're not going to pay me, and it's going to come out of the waitress's pay. It's going to come out of the waitress's pay if you don't pay. And Godwinson goes, that's fine. That's fine with me if it comes out of her pay. He's like, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. He's like, I'll wait for them. Please call the police. Call them. Call the police. So that they were finally like, okay, we can't call the police. You know, at the same time, some guy in the bar has just collapsed, like he's died. And so the ambulance has had to come and like take this guy to the fucking hospital because he's passed out so drunk. So eventually they're just like, oh, all right, come pay tomorrow. Gomes is like, yeah, absolutely, I'll come pay tomorrow. He never came back. So that's the story of Godwinson at the bar, who ended up becoming $60 richer and drinking their beer and eating their chicken wings. And then the week before, he had walked out on his bill. So.
It's a crime to lie to Congress. You want to end all the big tech censorship? Throw the tech executives in prison. It's a crime to lie to Congress.
I shan't be paying. I shan't be paying for this. I've already paid. That's exactly what he sounds like. He's like, I've already paid. I've already paid.
I don't know. I think it worked out that he said, when I see it in my account, like when I see it, when I check the payment in my account, if you fucking haven't paid it, I'll come back and pay it. They said okay.
They don't want to uphold the law for people on their side who are in clear violation.
Now, beyond the BDS thing, I just want to ask you this real quick, just to make sure I get this in. Do you think Roger Stone and Mike Flynn should be pardoned, basically? Even Papadopoulos, people like that. Do you think this was all witch hunt?
Absolutely. It's a witch hunt. And, Roger Stone is a dear friend of mine. He's endorsed my congressional campaign. I was at his house the day that the FBI raided it.
Godwinson just going to, do you know who I am? Do you know what? I'm a baronet. I'm a baronet. Can you imagine if he said, do you know who I am? I'm a baronet. I'm an aristocrat. How dare you treat me in this way? You should be lucky I'm here, gracing you with my presence as a royal.
It's called treason, and people should be punished for it.
Do you know who I am?
I'm not trying to get in one more callers, then I gotta go with her because I told her it's only gonna be an hour and a half. So go ahead, Wallace, real quick.
If anything else, Ralph, feel free to sunset me, dude.
Oh, you're done? I mean, you don't have anything else?
No,
Nope,
I
that was it?
just wanted to
Okay.
get
Well,
to
that's
that.
okay. Well, we love you anyway.
Well, it was good to see you, Ralph. I hope you guys have a good night.
You too, buddy.
Sunset this whole
Ghost,
show.
all right, quickly, Ghost. Lightning, really lightning, fast, and fastest lightning you've ever seen. I'm doing great.
All right, Laura, do you promise to hold accountable the people involved with Spygate? You promise you will make sure that justice is brought to these rogue DOJ and FBI agents?
Yeah, look, of course, and that's what I was.
There's no justice that's going to be brought to anybody. It never happens. It never happens.
And I was dragged out by security. I'm the only person in this country who has ever confronted Hillary Clinton to her face as well.
You have done some wild shit. I'm not gonna lie, like getting in people's faces. Like, I mean, I have to be honest. You've done some wild shit, dude.
Yeah, I was holding these deep state crooks accountable prior to even running. So I don't need to make false promises like a lot of people running for office. Okay, it's an extension of the accountability that I was, making these people live up to during my time as an investigative journalist.
You fucking do. Like, you talk about being anti-fucking deplatforming and for fucking free speech while also saying that fucking trying to support anti-BDS.
Well, thank you, Laura. If I could just...
everything you fucking say, Laura, is false.
It's not me.
You're fucking not being fucking... It's all
just being enforced concerning terrorist speech. Currently, how are we putting more laws on the books?
Can we just get rid of this bitch now? Like, just stop it. Stop it.
Maybe laws don't need to be.
It's been nearly 2 hours of this, yeah?
People who get elected to Congress who really are going to uphold the law, then laws don't need to be. Like, we may not even necessarily need to have, when it comes to big tech, right?
What are you thinking we should do for dinner tonight, bro?
Address the issue with big tech. Well, why
You're gonna make a deal on it. I gotta fucking clean up this mess,
hold these people accountable in ways far greater.
Before I really make any of those
necessarily
decisions.
creating new legislation.
It's just a fucking disaster.
Like the previous caller said, we already have laws on the books that make it illegal to
they're cycling along the ledge. She needs to go downstairs. There's two garbage bags.
Organizations from terrorist groups. We already have laws that make it illegal to aid and abet and provide material support for terrorist organizations, but people are getting away with it. And we have people in Congress who are getting away with it, okay? I mean, the Council on American Islamic Relations, which has admitted that they lobbied Twitter to ban me, okay? They They are designated They are designated as a terrorist organization in the United Arab Emirates, okay? And even in Saudi Arabia, they recognize CARE as being an arm of the Muslim Brotherhood terrorist organization, okay? We have members of Congress who have received financial contributions from these people. So, people need to uphold the rule of law. Why are Republicans, why are Democrats, quite frankly, why isn't there a bipartisan effort to hold Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib accountable?
Ralph is saying the gods of war have reawakened him.
So
I think I agree with all that. So I would block this November.
Thank you, Carl.
You know, like,
all right, I'll sunset you.
what an idiot.
Okay.
Well, it's bad that we're getting deplatformed, but the solution is to deplatform them too, Like, what a fucking juice can that is. No one should be deplatformed. They should all get to fucking say what they want to say.
Final summation, where people can find you. I know you are on
Why does it all need to be fucking shut down when it comes to people like fucking Laura Loomer?
I've had enough of Dame, to be honest. Dame, you've been cleaned up. You've been swept, Dame. Dame's been swept because he's just come in as punished Ralph, and he's just doing this false flag thing where he's like pretending as though, like, oh, I flagged it to try and mock the idea that Ralph would flag it so that then they can screen cap it and run some gay op on Kiwi farms. It's just so ridiculous. It's been swept.
I saw that, but like, as he's used this shit. Like, it only fucking beats them. It only proves their point more and fucking beats them out. Like, don't fuck.
Well, I've timed him out for 300 seconds. He must be swept.
Keep saying it, buddy.
Janny Juice needs to sweep it up.
The only person that looks like a fucking idiot is him.
It's being swept up.
Doesn't matter. He can say whatever he fucking wants.
Everything's a gay op. Is it that I'm a schizo, or is it that there are gay ops going on, bro? There certainly are a lot of gay ops.
We talked about that earlier in the conversation, which is fine. And I appreciate you coming on the show, and I wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say, and thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Laura Loomer is off the show. It's over.
Bye.
All right, we'll switch over to Discord now. Let's see. All right. Okay. Now, can you hear me?
All right. Yes, we can.
I thought that went pretty good.
Gator.
For sure. Definitely.
It
went so well. They swept it up, boys.
She got her points out. We talked about the lawsuit. We talked about big tech, and she got some digs down her way too. There were some jokes. I thought she took it in good humor, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So I don't know.
He's definitely got the right temperament for Congress and dealing with Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That's going to be a show.
Let me tell you guys the story of the sushi roll challenge.
That's true. I kept it classy.
So me and Godwinson went to the sushi restaurant in town. It's the all-you-can-eat buffet to eat the 100 Philadelphia rolls. They're coming out on these platters. I'm just slamming these sushi rolls. Like I did I think 30 to 40 sushi rolls inside 2 minutes. I had put it and eaten inside 2 to 3 minutes. And the staff got into it. They started cheering me on throughout the entire showdown. And they're like, "You can do it, bro. You can do it." Eventually I pushed through. The waitress was so impressed that I got through all 100 of these. I think I did 104 actually. If you counted it all up, it was something like 104, 105 sushi rolls. And then at the end of me eating the 105 Philadelphia rolls, they actually discounted the bill 50% because they were that excited. They were that happy that I had eaten 100 rolls. So it was pretty incredible.
Completely crippling, which is good, and also not the normal. Normally, the tech issues destroy everything.
Now I see somebody said softball. By the way, this is a troll. It said softball. I don't think it was a softball. I didn't go hardball either.
Yeah, I ate the amount for 3 people, but paid only half the price.
Or Hitler.
You know what? It wasn't submitted.
Really?
I swear to God, I almost asked it myself just out of loyalty, just to ask him the question. But it wasn't actually submitted. There was another one though about her dating. It wasn't it was Hitler or somebody else. Her dating, which was really strange. The Black Ethiopian Jew thing actually turned out to be hilarious, which I didn't expect. I don't know. I thought it was fun.
I'm disappointed in chat, honestly, at this point.
Why are you disappointed in the chat?
I didn't say this. How many American lives would be willing to sacrifice? Would you be willing to sacrifice to protect Israel? Also, America first or Israel first?
Like, if Gator's disappointed in chat, like, how does he think chat feels about him, you know?
That was over on Entropy.
Like, I'm just disappointed in this whole fucking stream, you know? Just, you know?
So far, it's been just 2 hours of nothing.
I haven't seen this. Asking for double the aid during the middle of the coronavirus epidemic. I don't know if that's true.
I'd have to see that. Yeah, that's
It would not necessarily shock me, but I haven't seen that, so I can't really personally comment on that. Pencil Cowboy says, you don't understand, Goy, read this report from the Israeli government demonizing our enemies. The ghost says,
How dare the chat make fun of the Israel apologists? How dare chat spam PPP1? How dare they? How dare they? Janny Gator has his bucket. Shannon has the mop.
The website,
Fuck.
Killstream.live. We're ramping up everywhere. We have the TikTok, Killstream Live as well. That's an insane endeavor, but we're doing that too. So follow that shit. Assboy over on Street Melvin says there's a 450-pound bird that's been obsessing over you 24/7. Does he have anything better to do, like exercise? What did you do to trigger him? I'm not sure exactly what I did to trigger him, besides being a wildly successful, popular internet star.
Wildly successful and popular.
I really don't know.
Imagine that. Imagine him saying he's wildly successful and popular, as we actually have more live viewers than him on YouTube right now.
So we'll see what happens with that. But
He is wildly successful.
I don't fight for free.
He's probably the most successful and degenerate in his fucking trailer park.
I know.
I give a fuck about that money and.
You know,
like,
he's probably got the most successful fucking piss bottle collection. You know?
All he's telling us is about how he has money, you know.
I think they blew it in Knoxville. Of course, Taka didn't show up, so that was a big part of it. But I want this to be. I've thought about this a lot.
He thinks about fighting me a lot.
We'll see what happens. I mean, look, most likely it won't. I don't want to get people's hopes up.
Look at him say, most likely it won't happen, because he doesn't want to do it.
One of the hard lines is, yeah, I want money up front. And the other hard line is, I want to do a live stream of the kill stream from the venue while the fight's going on. Now, that doesn't mean
that's fine. You can
100% do your live stream of it from the fucking venue.
He can have his live stream.
Live streams from the fucking venue.
I mean, you can have that, but the thing is, like, it's not going to be I don't think a sanctioned legal fight, so there probably won't be a live stream. I have no problem with him having Gator and them.
Why would it be a sanctioned legal fight?
Well, neither of us are going to pass the physical. You know what I mean? They're not going to sanction this fight. Like, I guarantee you.
I'll figure it out. You pass your physical.
Even if I pass it, he's not going to pass it. The thing's not going to happen that way. What it's going to be
like Tonka Saw's blood test? Well, let it be like Tonka Saw's blood test. Don't worry about Ralph, buddy. Just worry about you. You pass your fucking physical.
But
that's all you have to worry about.
It's much more cowardly to not show up.
It doesn't matter. Like, it's just insane. The only way this is probably going to happen is if we fucking go out to Vegas, you know, we spend a week there, we drive out into the desert, we fight somewhere in the desert, it gets filmed, we tape it, and then it gets posted the next day. That's probably the most realistic way.
No, but you want it in a fucking ring. Pass your physical. Don't be a fucking brick.
But Surfer, like, I don't think you understand how it works.
Oh, I don't understand how it works.
Like,
you know, I've never had to pass a fucking physical.
well, it's the state athletic commission has to issue us a license to compete legally.
Well, and get your license to compete legally. I mean, Worski and Takasaw got that, didn't they?
All right.
This is not a put on at all. Please God, let them be serious.
Oh, we're totally serious.
I want to do it right, and I want to have a fucking showdown, win, lose, or draw, whatever the fuck happens. I want an event. I want everybody.
It doesn't matter what the problems are. There's always a fucking solution. If the will is there, we can fucking
But these guys don't have the will to. They make a million excuses. It has to be in LA.
Well, let them make their excuses. I mean, Takasaw did the same thing, and look how it fucking turned out for him.
I just want the thing to happen. I just want it to happen. I don't want any of this fucking bullshit.
The whole, I share my pay-per-view code and you use that and that's how I get paid. No, I gotta get paid up front for a fight of this caliber. Sorry, no, I'm not gonna. Worski actually lost money in that.
So you'll get guaranteed money up front, but you're not gonna get it unless the fight actually happens, Ethan.
I mean, I lost money in that fucking fight too. Fuck that. I'm not losing any money. I want this to be an event, and I'm gonna make money too. I mean, that's.
You know, and I thought you were wildly successful, Ethan. You know, like this wildly fucking successful fucking guy can't lose any money or he'll get evicted from the fucking trailer park.
Either him or.
Like, what a joke.
Talking about escrow, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with an escrow thing. But I mean, if it's an escrow thing, then it has to be, signed, legal names, and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100% it will be.
That's cool with Godwinson, or if he wants.
Everybody has no problem with that. Godwinson has no problem with that.
But if it's escrow, it has to be signed, legally binding type agreement, because I don't trust these motherfuckers. They're liars. So.
They're liars.
I don't know. It's whatever.
They were lying earlier, trying to say Godwinson backed out. His offer still stands.
These guys do gaslight over everything that happens in real fucking time.
Godwinson?
Almost, like, probably 80% of the shit they say is fucking lies. Like, I don't think you should ever fucking lie. I think that's fucking wrong, you know?
Godwinson
It's ultimately a sin to fucking lie any time about anything, you know? You should never fucking lie.
I've had a couple of people.
Godwinson pulled out the $5,000 out of the bank today. The money has been pulled out of the bank today. The $5,000 is all ready. It's all prepared. Ralph just has to figure it out and stop making insane demands that it has to be in Los Angeles. It has to be this venue. He has to get his money up front. He's not going to take his shirt off. All this crap.
Well, let him have his demands. Let him keep his shirt on, buddy. Rip his fucking shirt off. You know?
But why? But again, Surfer, why do we have to grovel to him like he's some sort of king? That we have to obey his every demand? Even if we agree to it.
These aren't, like, really that insane demands.
The demand that he gets to keep his shirt on.
That's
fucking outrageous.
Ultimately, it fucking works out to your favor.
So Surfer, the demand that we have to give him $5,000 up front with no guarantee he'll show up is reasonable to you, and we should abide by that?
No, I don't think that's.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not reasonable.
Like, you know, there's a way to set it up, like have the venue booked and have like the physicals passed or whatever, and then before the fight, at a certain point of the setup, give them half up front and the other half.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vaush is in the chat. Vaush, are you ready to see me crush Ethan Ralph? Just beat Ethan Ralph fucking senseless.
Vaush needs to take a break from the internet and figure out what his gender is.
I don't know.
I
think Vaush might be the fifth man. Vaush says he's ready. Vaush, can you confirm for us that you're the fifth man, Vaush? Can you confirm that you're the fifth man? It's all over for Daddy Ethan. It's good night. Alt-right. Based social justice fifth man, Vaush. Social justice riseth. It riseth. We're getting these Nazis out of the internet. We're curve stomping them out, guys. This neo-Nazi who's platforming an Israel apologist today. Oh, man.
I think it would be fun to fight and train.
Based Vaush. If only it was the real Vaush. If only. Vaush, the fifth man.
That's kind of what I'm going for. So I don't care. I mean, I fully expect to win. I'm not talking myself down at all. But even if I did go there and lose, that's not the. I mean, I want to have fun. I want to make money. But if it's not about that, then I don't give a fuck.
If it's not about money, he doesn't care. Like, what an idiot.
Proposition where,
Well, it's got to be a gentleman's fight, buddy. If he fucking makes it happen.
That's not happening either.
You know, like.
He's not going to make it happen.
We can do it sanctioned, or we can just not do it. But we'll see.
Or we can just not do it. What a loser.
I'm fully willing to put on the show for people, but just not for nothing. Patrice,
well, he just admitted that he's going to fucking lose, you know?
Yeah, he's going to lose.
So, you know what I mean? Like, the guy knows he's going to lose. He's just going there to get beat up.
If it's the real Vaush, send me
You got to cut him a bit of slack, you know? Okay, we'll pay you, you know?
Says R.I.P. Ahmed R. Wait.
If it's the real Vaush, send me a DM on Twitter. We'll see what happens there, Vaush. But I don't think it's the real Vaush. Oh, it is the real Vaush.
There's a lot of information coming out about that, especially about.
Who knows?
The time lapse shots of the house that he. I don't even know if this
Yeah.
is true, so
it's not the real.
To repeat it, but it looked like he had stolen everything out of that house already. Is that true or not? I don't know.
The video's pretty damning. It does look like he's taking things out.
Does he have anything else?
It does look like it's him.
It looks like that, doesn't it? I don't know. It looked like that to me from what I saw too.
If we just listen to this whole kill stream for that 5-10 minute little fucking section, you know, I do have to unironically say that Ralph just won this round, buddy.
He's not won any rounds. Like, I don't know what your fucking issue is today, where you're like saying Ralph's won. Like, it's just weird. Like, Ralph's not winning. Ralph's not won anything. Like,
but I mean, we just fucking stream snipe just garbage for 3 hours for a 5-minute.
Yeah, but he's still seething about it. He's still seething about it. It's still a massive victory to have defeated him in live viewers on YouTube, to have shut down the Full Blast Forever restream.
Oh no, that's a fucking victory. You know, Full Blast is pulling through, and that's a win. But that's separate from us just fucking streaming this for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Patrice O'Neill Grover says there's no such thing as hate speech except for certain things. Mega Meme says, would you rather go on a date with me or Hitler? See, that was the question.
Yeah, there you go.
There.
Alright, press 1 if we should listen to the rest of the kill stream. Press 2 if we should just switch to Mama JF now.
Is as terrible as Candace Owens. Guess what? I'm glad you mentioned Candace Owens.
1 to continue this kill stream. 2 to switch to Mama JF. I think we've heard the excuses now about the fight. I've laid out my terms, my conditions. I've made it very clear what's going to happen. So I've had enough. It's time for Mama JF. Everybody's pressed 2. Surfer's pressed 2. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the basedness, the blessedness of the Mama JF story. Now, I haven't seen this yet. I've seen some screen caps of it. People are really hyped about Mama JF. This is 46 minutes straight of Mama JF Kino. 46 straight minutes of Mama JF Kino. This is a real refreshing palate cleanser. We've had enough of the kill stream. Oh, I'll fight him. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck his conditions. Again, even if I agree to all his conditions, the guy's still going to back out. There's still going to be excuses. Endless.
That's what I mean, right? It's ultimately a win if you agree to his fucking conditions and the guy fucking backs out. You know? That's
well, he pivoted away from the fight.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on. We got to turn this up a bit. Holy shit. It's a me, Mama JF. It's a me, Mama JF. She has a parrot, bro.
I didn't think it was a real parrot. I thought it was like a stuffed parrot when I first saw it.
It still looks like a stuffed parrot, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, when I first saw the thumbnail when JF put it on his friggin' Telegram, you know, I think it's a real parrot.
Look at it. What the fuck? Alright.
No, maybe not. Actually, I think it's a step.
Look, yeah, you look. You can tell by the eyes that it's not real.
You know, you're not gonna trust Mama JF with a live animal.
To make a little video for you because I want to explain you something very important.
Oh man.
And also, I have a little message for Mr. Donald Trump.
She has a message for Donald Trump.
I want you to listen to my story.
So this is real. This is actually happening right now. This is real life. This is JF Garapi's girlfriend.
JF's pulling through. JF knows this is fucking jokes, you know.
Why is JF doing this? Does he think he must think it's funny. Like, there's no actual practical benefit to
Because this is the shit. It's like Boogie rubbing fucking like Mountain Dew and fucking Doritos all over his nipples, you know? Like, this is what the fucking people want to see.
Yeah, but the thing
no one really, I don't think anyone really watches fucking JF's show anymore. Actually, I was sort of curious to see the one the other night he had David Duke on.
Did he? Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
But the fucking... This is what the people want.
I just don't understand why JF would do it, because JF tries to be a very serious channel. So this only really undermines his credibility, but...
Better what I'm saying. Okay, so, yes, so
I mean, it's been an exciting time on the internet, and he's got us on our feet about it.
This story started when I was 19 years old. When I was 19 years old, I was fucking sick of everything. I thought it was not normal that since we were born, there's a government who always telling us what to do. He is always telling us we need to go to school, we need to work. I thought it was not normal. I thought it was really weird. And
what is happening?
So let's try and break down that last sentence. So, like, she doesn't want to work. Like, the government tries to make you go to work or school, and she doesn't think that that's normal. I don't know what to tell her, but that is what normal is. She is not actually normal. What the fuck, JF? We're 1 minute and 25 seconds in. We are only 1 minute and 25 seconds in.
And I wanted to do something else. So I decided to buy a little airplane ticket and to just go away from all this. Okay, so I bought a little airplane ticket of $300 because I just wanted to be free, you know, not have
She's free.
Everybody fucking telling me what to do every day, and okay, it was so weird. And okay, so I bought a little airplane ticket of $300, and I went to the France. Okay, and then I started to live the real life. Like, I was free. Like, every day I would just be free.
Why is there this parrot?
And I would just
Can any...
do whatever I wanted every day. It was
No, I don't think it's on the wall. It's just a fucking...
like, every day I would just go walking from town to town. I would meet some people. I made so many friends there in Europe. And it was so great. And like, I was living more like the life God intended us to live. Like, meeting some people at the right time. And also I was looking in the garbage for some food. Or
She's looking in the garbage like Ralph?
To get money. And to sleep, I would find a little hole to sleep in every day. But often I just made friends who just invite me to sleep, so that was easy. So if you want a little resume of what I did in my travel, I can tell you, okay? Okay, so first I went to France. But that was just because the little airplane ticket was so cheap. So there, I didn't stay for long. I just stayed there for like a week. I made some friends. Oh, those were my first friends. I made so many friends this travel. It was amazing. It was incredible. So I always meet people who help me. So those were the first people. They showed me a little bit how to, do panhandling and stuff, and to live the
Oh, Surfer, it's the symbolism of the parrot. You know, she's parroting the script that JF has written for her. That's why it's there. It's the symbolism.
And after that,
You're right.
But me, I wanted to.
I actually think JF might have done that on purpose.
Because there was.
Well, of course, JF has set this up on purpose. He doesn't think that she's gonna come on here and give a serious fucking show. You know, he knows this is fucking jokes.
And also, I took the train. And I didn't pay.
The parrot has a script behind it.
In Europe, you don't need to pay.
So apparently on the back of the parrot, there's a script that she's reading off of?
Well, she keeps looking over there.
Yeah.
No, not yet to Venice. And then I met a guy. He bring me make a tour of the town in the little boat.
I think just this in itself is fucking keynote, you know, and there isn't really much value that you can add to it by commenting over it, because it's just too pure in what it is. You know.
And after in Venice, it looked so good. All the food looked good, but I had $0.
Somebody asked, how did Ralph not cover this? I know. That's why this is the real kill stream.
I had to go through Austria to go to Slovakia. So I went there to Austria, and Austria is a really crazy country. Like people are I don't know, they are like there is so nice in Vienna. I met a guy, and he bring me to the homeless shelter, and there was some people. They told me there was a nudist beach somewhere. So they said, "Come, we're gonna go to nudist beach." So I went there with them, and then
the guy thinks this is fucking jokes, you know. JF's a sick man. Like, you gotta wonder how he got his Epstein donations, you know.
And there, everyone was naked. Oh my god, it was
it's
so
the guy
good.
doesn't give a fuck. He knows this is jokes.
It was the first time I saw this in my life. Like, there was so many people. Everybody was naked, like little families and stuff, like young people.
PP Poomer's demanding that you silence yourself.
It was so great. And oh my god, it was great. And after that in Austria also, because I just
Surfer's channel is Drunken Surfer. That's it.
And I was just
you know, and one day I'll put some content up on my channel. I'll make something, I'll play with editing skills and do some fucking jump cut video renouncing degeneracy, like fucking, sort of like Paul Joseph Watson does, you know. I got a video of getting my pubes trimmed with a fucking barbecue lighter in Dan Cameron's fucking garage, right beside his Ferrari, you know. So, I mean, I can do something good with that if I fucking, you know, I envision that as fucking, like, sort of showing a contrast between my fucking degenerate past and fucking righteous living, you know? I think there's value in that.
I went to the Rose Garden.
I just gotta censor my cock out of it somehow on fucking YouTube, or else my channel's not gonna last very long. You know, I don't really know how to do that, how to censor my cock out of a video.
After
that, I'll figure it out.
Something bad happened to me because the people there, I don't know, man. And there's a guy, I don't know why, but he took all my stuff, everything I had, like my violin, my backpack, my helmet, everything, and my passport too. He took everything. Okay, after that, I had nothing at home. I had nothing.
Gentlemen, I think that we're probably done for the night. Or now, at least this stream. I don't know. We can keep going.
I mean, I'd agree, but there's no point in fucking streaming this and taking this. This should be watched on JF's fucking channel, unadulterated.
You know, go watch Smoke JF. I'll be back with something else, but I think this stream, I'm kind of done with it. And I got to take a shit, ladies and gentlemen. So
What, for like the seventh
shit of the day.
Fuck, buddy. You got to clean the